Hi, chat. How are we doing today? Listening to this in the background while I play some Stardew Valley. Or Mega Man. Maybe Fortnite. Probably all above. Hell yeah. Gaming. Gamers. Little sprite is so cute. Thank you. Yup. Chubby is here. Welcome to Chubby. Playing the new Power Wash Sim 2, waiting for partner to come home for pizza. Aw, that's so sweet. Guys, it's time. For any of you who have watched my previous streams about KP, you know that I have talked about her having a call with someone, and I could not say the name because I didn't have permission to talk about that publicly yet. And yesterday, Lio released it. Peepaw put out the call. She came for Peepaw. She tried to do Peepaw. This is unacceptable. So today we're going to watch Peepaw's video where he puts out the call. I've been informed that this is a grueling call. That it is agony. Actually, should I put my bee Sona over here? Or... Actually, it might look better if it's on the left. Salty Cheerios, thank you for the $2. Ah. She's trying to get Peepaw, bro. You just watched the video. Yeah, I've heard the call is... Today's call is grueling and exhausting because KP, despite being an American whose first and only language is English... she can't talk to save her fucking life, bro. Actually, let me see if I can... Oh. I vanished for a second. Hold on. Whoa! No, I want to change to B. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna sit there. Word doctoring like a motherfucker. She's immature in more ways than one. Actually, on time for a stream for once. Welcome. Not Lio Man, Girly Pop. Girly Pop Convoy. Yeah, so full disclosure, this video is an hour and 15 minutes. We're gonna try and make it all the way. I'm gonna start out at 1.25. And as we acclimate, I'll bump it up from there so that we can make it through this as quickly as possible. But is everyone ready? I'm about to hear KP say a lot. Yeesh. I'm sorry, but the way she talks makes my brain hurt. Yeesh. Hold up. I turned up my mic a little bit. Maybe that'll be better. Okay, is everyone ready? I need y'all in chat to be ready. I got my popcorn. I lost count at 53 ums. KP 1 HP late voice, let's go. Okay, alright, let's go ahead and start.
Alright, like always, look at the screen, and if it upsets you that this is being pointed to, I promise you'll be okay.
Already a difference from KP's videos. We have actual reasonable trigger warnings.
Now, I'd like to think I wouldn't have to recap here, but I will on the off chance that someone stumbles into this. At the end of April of this year, YouTuber I Love Kim Possible a Lot released a video with the stated intent to expose DA Games and Saberspark.
Why was Lily Orchard in that thumbnail? I don't understand.
Now, if this was just a bad video focusing on DA Games, taking another shot after criticism wouldn't have been the worst of ideas. Everyone makes a bad video eventually, and it's clear KP needed to check her tone and approach on matters like this. Humor is a valid coping mechanism, but there is a time and place for these things. The bigger issue is that KP included a claim towards Saberspark of a very specific nature. One that's non-consensual, to be clear. The irritation here is that when she was told about the accusation, unbeknownst to me...
That's the rape claim. She felt it. I just watched this before stream started. My head hurt. I'm so sorry that you had to watch this again. That thumbnail is so goofy. Did KP draw it herself? Yeah, she drew that. I'm pretty sure. Or actually, I don't know. She might have commissioned someone. I mean, it looks like her art, so maybe. Again, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, shit, you're right. We do need a donation link. All right, let me grab copy unique link. Here's the GoFundMe. And then I will absolutely put the 18 plus in the title. Okay, it is there now. I believe in her original vid, she recapped her relationship with Lily, hence her inclusion. Bro, no one cares about her relationship with Lily. I shall use my blue wrench power for good. Thank you.
Made by YouTuber.
Oh shit, I need to... Okay, there we go. Also, Peepaw's drawing! He's an artist. I'm glad that it actually makes me really happy that he's been, like, doing videos where he's not just, like, building, where he's actually drawing. That makes me really happy because a lot of people don't know that he's an artist. And he always feels so bad whenever people don't know. He's like, oh, yeah, I mean, I've been drawing forever and nobody knows. I'm like, Peepaw, you gotta put it out there.
Emu Immy. She came to me directly and asked what I thought, and I made my value and direction on that.
Okay.
To me, made by YouTuber Emu Immy. She came
Yeah, the rape accusation.
to me directly and asked what I thought, and I made my value and direction on that very clear. You don't forward any of this without, bare minimum, informing law enforcement and filing a report, regardless of the age of the accusation.
Oh my goodness, Calvary is here. Thank you for the $9.99. Speaking of commissions, commission truly the best art, and I'm so proud to display it on my profiles. Even my partner is in love with my PFP. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. Yeah, also Multi Chevron, that cool Kali. His art is or his profile picture is also my art. Thank you so much, Calvary.
Then that needs to be handled by the cops.
Direction on that very clear. You Emu Immy forward any of this without, directly and asked what I thought, and I made my value and direction on that very clear. You don't forward any of this without, bare minimum, informing law enforcement and filing a report, regardless of the age of the accusation.
Okay.
Then that needs to be handled by the cops. Like, period. Like, 100% period. That needs a police report filed today.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry if I was assuming. I'm pretty sure I saw that on, like, your Twitter or something. I don't know. Or I don't know where I saw it. Maybe I'm assuming. I'm sorry. I'm glad I got it right, though.
Here's the problem, though, with that inherent...
I got a victim claiming Saber raped her. I talked to her a couple of my nights ago, and his behavior tracks with what I know about him. Okay, and then that voice memo. All right, I will communicate that with her, but it happened like 10 years ago, so I don't know if she's going to do anything. She's afraid of her identity getting out.
If that did happen, and Saber did do that, he will by nature know who it is.
Oh, okay, that is true, Malta. Also, yeah, what the fuck? You can't forward you can't forward a very specific action about someone and expect them to not know who's forwarding it unless you're trying to make the case that he's a serial rapist. So he has so many victims that they wouldn't know. I don't know. None of this shit make no sense.
That did happen, and Saber did do that, he will by nature know who it is. So if it gets out in any way, shape, or form, and a police report hasn't been filed, she's going to be at risk. Like, that's just the truth of the matter in this. And it's unpleasant, it's ugly, but that's true.
Now, I've seen some drooling idiots, the same that think I was involved in KP's video, to be clear, state that Emu Immy...
Sassy Peepaw. Strangely, based on how Lyo's draws, never seen his art before. It actually makes sense. He does a lot of building stuff. Lots of blocking out shapes, and it's awesome. Yeah, he draws a very, like... He's really good at drawing, like, robots and geometric shapes and stuff. Oh, shit. I'm muted. Okay.
Immy should have gone to Rain if it was due to wanting victims. Same that think I was involved
Rain?
in KP's video, to be clear, state that Emu Immy should have gone to Rain if it was due to wanting victim support. Absolutely. They're a victim advocate organization, but they're not law enforcement. And
yeah, why? Huh? They can't legally do shit as far as I'm aware. RAINN is just an advocate group.
Games of this nature.
They offer like therapy and stuff, or coping mechanisms. They offer ways to help yourself get better, not ways to help put the perpetrator away. My avatar is adorable. Thank you. It was drawn by Nah. N-A-H on Discord. That's what they told me to credit them as, so that's what I'm crediting them as.
Must be reported to law enforcement before anything else. That's the standard. I encourage victims to seek proper help when needed, but the only real chance any of us would have for justice in this world would go to the judicial system. Anyway.
That is true. RAINN is good, but they're also support after the fact, not... they do not act as litigation. Exactly. And I just want to say this. This is something that Lio has been consistent in. He told me the same thing when I told him about what Avi did to me. He told me the same thing about, you know, me coming forward about being groomed and sexually abused by Avi. That I needed to file a report about it. So this is consistent with Lio. This is consistency.
This caused an absolute maelstrom of hate to be thrown at KP. To be clear, criticism is justified. She made a serious accusation of a nature like this without actual evidence. That's condemnable. Full stop. After her initial video drop, she came to me asking what she should do. At the time, I hadn't seen the video, but I had heard she included the accusation. I told her not to, and I obviously wasn't happy. Regardless, though, I told her if the responses were
Peepaw was mad.
Stressing her out, to private the video. So she did.
Okay, yeah.
That's when video responses and the like had come out. And so, a person in my circles came around asking questions.
A paper trail is very important. Very. Yeah. Oh, Salty Cheerios. Wait, Salty Cheerios. I thought you just watched this.
That being Beckett of Cope and Seethe. I got KP and...
Oh, okay.
And so, a person in my circles came around asking questions. That being Beckett of Cope and Seethe. I got KP in contact with him because despite being a drama channel, Beckett will give people a fair shake and leeway where others wouldn't. There's other details that happened after this, but the culmination was the video Beckett made on the situation. Obviously, KP wasn't happy. She's clearly used to being in control of things and was under the impression that this video would validate her.
Dude. I'm gonna just say this, because, like, we already know that KP is a narcissist. She's a victim narcissist. Becky Wecky mentioned Papa Beckett. We already know that KP is a narcissist. When you strip control from a narcissist and you try, crab brave, when you strip control away from a narcissist and you try to feed them accountability, we're going to witness this in the call. I imagine. I'm like 99% sure. We are going to see, you know, something that I've heard called the unlimited tool belt, where, you know, normal people going through stuff have, you know, a certain number of tools that they use to either reject accountability or to get people away from them. And I bumped the mic. And, you know, you have to feed them accountability. Some people, even, it takes a bit. Some people who are, like, really, like, armored might have, you know, they might have 6, 7. I didn't even mean to do that! Hi, Anthony. Hey, Chili in chat. Can't participate in stream as I'm very busy with chemistry homework. Just wanted to say hi before I begin my lyric. Thank you, Anthony, for popping in and saying hi. I didn't mean to, you guys. I didn't mean... Okay. So, you know, they have the fucking 6, 7 tools. But I've been... Deny and reverse victim and offender. Exactly. But the narcissists, they have an unlimited number of tools. And as we're going to see in this call, KP has an unlimited number of tools that she is... What the fuck is going by? Fuck off. I'm so sorry. Hi, Alan. But yeah, we're going to see an unlimited amount of tools that she has to deflect, to avoid accountability, and to make herself the victim, and to try and get Lio, who's trying to feed her accountability, away from her. That's what this is. And we're going to see that over the next Hour and 15 minutes. God save our souls.
I'm honestly not sure how, as Beckett was very clear he was going to be critical of her. She asked me if she should respond to anything, and I told her not to, because anything she said would be under severe scrutiny and people would be bad faith about it. After some...
This is also something narcissists cannot help but defend themselves, especially if they can do it in a way that paints them as the victim, which is exactly why KP's 2 response videos and the Q&A turned out exactly why they did. That's why it's so focused so much on like, well, it's your guys' fault that you didn't understand what I was saying, and I know that that should be my fault because I'm the one who was shit at communicating it. But, you know, why didn't you guys just figure it out for me, assholes? We got Peepaw, Lio, Papa Beckett, Chris the Fish Narc, Pooh Man, Vlad, and Falgi, our favorite Italian. Yeah, those are the titles.
Some time had passed, I was ruminating on all that KP had done. I made it clear to her that she had screwed up, but I wasn't willing to throw away our friendship because of a screw-up. One could have argued that KP genuinely believed Emmy and pushed the accusations due to that. But as more time and data came out, that didn't seem to be the case. I hadn't spoken to KP for a while when she popped back up in my DMs and shared a link to the audio for her response. You know, the thing I told her not to do. It was listening to the audio of this response that sealed it for me that KP wasn't approaching this like a proper adult.
I wanted this audio for so fucking long, dude. I was wanting it, like... I wanted him to hand it to me. I was like, can I have it? I just want to listen to it. Because, like, I heard, like, the buzz. Because he had allowed someone else to listen to it. And I was like, hand me that fucking audio. But Peepaw stayed strong. He did not hand me the audio. Much to my dismay. It's okay. I got it from Hidden.
While I didn't share the audio, someone else, Hidden Heroine, did. And
hey! That's who we just mentioned.
Now it's out there in the public. It was genuinely awful and focused more on her feelings than the wrong she's done, putting the onus on the audience and blaming misogyny. Since KP had turned away my
she did do that. The way of the white woman.
Suggestions twice, I decided not to give her a complete feedback on any of this. Mostly because if she was going to screw up again, I was just going to let her since she was clearly not willing to listen to counsel.
Yeah, that's true. Like, dude, I fucking hate that. What are they called? Assholes? Like, people who ask for your advice just to deliberately ignore it? Like, fuck off. Narcissists are incredibly insecure, so when you hit on certain points which they take pride in, oh my god, their sense of yeah. Exactly. Oh my god, dealing with narcissists is not for the weak, dude.
The other, much smaller reason was because I didn't want to be put in the position of Lio said this was fine like others have tried to put me in to use me as a shield. She wound up sending another draft of audio, but...
As a white woman, I'm fucking embarrassed. Don't worry. There are many good white women out there. My last partner was a hashtag good white woman. Oh my goodness. Evil donation. Kicking the Swede. Thank you for the 20 Swedish krona. Daddy Beckett mentioned, I've been summoned. Thank you for the donation. Hello, Ceaseless. It's Ceaseless Enemy, but I'm hotter now. Shout out. What'd you miss? We're just going over the intro. My manager is showing narcissistic traits. Dude, the worst thing you can do with narcissists is give them a position of power. That's why Heaton's fucking reign in the SEC and the ACC was so detrimental to everything. And why her fall from grace was so dramatic. Because she was screaming. She was kicking and screaming and crying and throwing up. Being knocked off her pedestal. And the whole time that was happening, she was like, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim. Victim, narcissist. You can't play by their game. You can't play by their game because I've known people that are like, oh, you can't do this, you can't say that about a victim narcissist, because then they're going to use that to bolster the idea that they're a victim. And it's like, they were going to fucking do that anyway. I don't care. Don't play by a narcissist rule book. Play by what you know is right. Don't fall to their tricks, because if you play by a narcissist rule book, you're going to be fucking miserable. Fuck them. Fuck them and their stupid ass delusional rules.
But it wasn't much better. The day arrived where she put out the response. While not as bad as her drafts, it was still putting the focus on her feelings and providing no apologies towards Saber's
What does Heaton look like? Doesn't matter. All we know is that she's white.
Mark. I will note, though, that a bit before this, my staff member, Hidden Heroine, contacted KP offering to help with some things. To clarify, Hidden didn't regularly track the KP stuff like the rest of us did, so she didn't have full detail. So KP's response hit.
Have you seen Gallagher's video about KP and how don't let an ego trip get to you?
And then she has a call with KP.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen that.
Where KP just outright lied on some things. This pushed Hidden to release KP's response hits, and then she has a call with KP where KP just outright lied on some things. This pushed Hidden to release the call after being sent other things from KP. KP wasn't happy about this, obviously, and came to me to complain about it. I set a day and time for the call to happen, and added her and Hidden to a group chat. Because if KP wanted answers, I wasn't about to answer for another person. KP...
Real? Yeah, I fucking hate that. That's something that Heaton wanted him to do as well with me. Oh, get all the answers that are truly... That's... Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna say it. That's what Ponder tried to do with Lio and Akumu. Or for Akumu. Akumu wanted a conversation, and Ponder was trying to get Lio to speak for Akumu, get all the stuff she wants, because she didn't want to get in a call with him. Hi, ZD. This is about the KP stuff, where she forwarded baseless rape accusations.
KP instead left the group chat angrily bad. Because if KP wanted answers, I wasn't about to answer for another person. KP instead left the group chat angrily because she had been actively monitoring Hidden's comment section, or had someone watch it for her, and discovered Hidden was talking about releasing something else, assuming it would be the call. Here's the back and forth we had after that, with KP's part being read out by the Lord of the Corn, Beefame.
What the fuck? Honestly, fucking pathetic on Ponder's end. Absolutely. Ponder is, you know, she may be, how old is she? 33? She's 33 this year. Doesn't fucking act it.
I guess it's just you and me then. Let me know when ready.
Dude, we were supposed to lack of trust with you when you bring in the person that is the one of the reasons I...
Bro, what? Why is she so bad at writing?
I need to speak to you about.
You may need to redo that sentence. It doesn't really make sense.
When you bring in the person, we were supposed to lack of trust with you when you bring in the person.
Hidden leaked the call and is laughing about how stupid I am, and you bring her in to talk to me? You recommended me to talk to her in the first place, and that reflects on both of you.
I didn't tell you to talk to Hidden. I'm ready when you are.
Let me look into that. Hold on. I have closed the DMs with her, so I can look into that later, but I'm open to being...
Anxiety is some hard shit, but when it gets serious, you gotta work through the shakiness, do some breathing exercises, step up. Exactly. Can I tell you guys a little secret? Oh, man. Guys, we don't need to make personal attacks. There's a lot to criticize B and talk shit about her for, Ponder, you know. We don't have to bring hygiene or whatever, which has nothing to do with the actions at hand. I want to let you guys in on a little secret though. I just finished my script for the jar video, and I'll be recording either today or tomorrow. And don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Guys, this is super secret. But the jar video, it's going out on Halloween Eve. It's going out on the 30th of October. New Truly content. But if you guys want to see it sooner, it will be available for patrons a day early on the 29th of October. And I will go ahead and link my Patreon for anyone who wants it. So if you want to see the video a day early... Oh, thank you, Malta! Subscribe to the Patreon. Hello, Nova Star.
Incorrect about it. Still, memories... Hold on. I have closed the DMs with her, so I can look into that later, but I'm open to being incorrect about it. Still, memory serves that you recommended her, and how much you trusted her. She's your head mod, right? Like, you can't...
That's an assumption. Anxiety is something I've struggled with for years. To some extent, I empathize with what Ponder deals with on that front, but letting it get to a point where it hurt others crossed the line. Exactly. I talk about that a lot in the jar video. Just a disclaimer, like, the jar video is like 80% shitting on Jar and 20% shitting on B. Ponder. I call her B because that's what I called her for the past, God, like fucking 7 years? 5 years? Something like that. Lio considers going to the booze cabinet. Unfortunately, Lio does not drink.
Tell me she didn't plan to leak the call with the three of us. It seems like it was likely. Correct me if I'm wrong.
She is not my head mod. Let me know when you can call. I literally told you I can't answer for her.
At this point, I feel more comfortable as a text contact.
It just reminds me of the comprehension skills I had as a child where I didn't absorb shit. It's crazy to me that KP still needs to absorb as much as she does, but I don't. Yeah. I wanted to read KP's words verbatim, so my brain melted recording these. I'm so sorry, girly pop. Also, welcome to the stream.
Does she have any authority in your server? Because I do not remember meeting her under circumstances unrelated to you.
I'm not doing text, KP. I don't have the time for that. You wanted to talk? I'm granting you that. Trying to get granular about Hidden's position in my server isn't relative to that, especially since I didn't send her to you.
But you still brought someone who was actively leaking calls into a conversation. You still decided to include her.
Yeah, because you're asking questions about her. He said he's not comfortable speaking for someone else on why they make certain decisions that they do. Cutting ties with a friend you've had for years is hard. Don't feel too bad about it. I had to do the same recently, where someone I knew for just under a decade became bitter and ran on assumptions. Yeah. KP's anxiety is not being managed well if this is the case. Yeah.
If you didn't want me to mention Hidden, then IDK why you thought we were going to have a three-way call when she was literally bragging about how stupid I am live for trusting her. You didn't even ask me.
I literally told you why I added her.
I understand that, but I wanted to talk to you, not Hidden.
I'm not going to answer for another person. I refuse to.
That's fine. You don't have to.
And I'm the only one here, so let's do that. I won't be adding anyone else.
Are you planning on recording?
Do I need to?
Bro! I can already tell that any conversation with this woman is, like, exhausting beyond belief, dude.
I'm just asking and clarifying.
I can't text all night, KB.
At this point, I feel more comfortable with texting. I'm sure you can understand that. If you are unavailable tonight, that's fine. We can talk some other time.
KP, This was set up and scheduled. This is actually just ridiculous.
Female Jar. Oh, God. Yeah, you're right. He can't text. Fuck, does she have dyslexia? Yeah, exactly. If she wants to be having all these conversations with people, she kind of has to have it on their terms.
I'm not doing text. I have other responsibilities and cannot spend more time than...
Yeah, I know. He's an actual grown-ass man who has a grown-ass job and shit to do. He's at a toy show today. He's selling Mikus. Yeah, Peepaw is selling Mikus. Hi, Ula. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, never assume.
Then I already have texting you. You go on about wanting to be treated as an equal. This is it.
You never specified ever that it only had to be a call. If you have other responsibilities, I understand. Have a good night.
I did, actually. I'll be able to call tomorrow at 6 p.m.
He clocked her. Oh, gag that bitch. She said, you didn't say anything, trying to twist the situation into being like, I'm not doing anything wrong. You know, it's your fault. You never said it was going to be a call. And he's like, I literally did right here.
PM CST. Stop trying to word lawyer this, KP. It's unbecoming.
Right.
Beautiful way to respond to a narcissist.
Right. That was something you said. That's not something that was mutually agreed upon.
Oh my God! There's a fucking narc. She's talking to me. Guys, this is what narcissists do. Is that Darvo? Exactly. You didn't tell me. It's your fault. And even when he points out, like, I agreed to a call. I said I could call today, and you didn't object to that. Well, she's like, well, I also didn't agree to it, so it's actually your fault for expecting that it was going to be a call. Oh my God, she's exhausting. She's exhausting. I'm trying to not say things that would get me banned by YouTube. Oh, God. Fucking bitch. Sorry. That note truly hit me, reminded me of the Ghostbusters, but right now it's Narcbusters. Bro, it's fucking Narc week. Yeah, she is trying to pull a no you on Peepaw. What is Darvo? Darvo is deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. So she denied him, saying, you didn't tell me it was going to be a call. Why would you do all this stuff? Like, yeah, and that's the attack part. Is saying, like, you didn't say this. You're lying. You didn't do this. And then she reverses victim and offender, where she's accused him of lying. She was wrong. Oh yeah, deny and attack. Reverse victim and offender. Yeah. And then you reverse victim and offender, where, you know, she came at him, she was wrong. He shows the proof that she was wrong. And she twists it into being like, well, I didn't, you know, verbally agree, even though I didn't object to your scheduling. So actually, I'm the victim here. And, you know, it was your fault for not, what's it called? Making sure that I agreed to it, even though that goes without saying. If you have a problem with something, you're supposed to object to it.
You also didn't specify you couldn't text? Anyway, you've made your time concerns known, and I don't think we can see eye to eye about this. So I'll just save us the trouble and disengage.
Yeah, and then she backs off after doing that.
I'm going to be very blunt here, KP. Your constant choice of running from literally every difficult situation is going to do nothing but bite you in the butt. Things will not always be on your terms, especially not in the working world. This entire debacle happened because you refuse to listen.
Y'all, I am a narcissist's worst nightmare. They cannot deal with it. Yeah, why do all these people need to be Q the lion? Dude, that's bro, I read the word Q and I instantly did it. Welcome, Peepaw, to the stream. I hope your toy show is going well. Your little vending thing.
Listen to me. And now, you're trying to blame me for the actions of others. I've heard the call. You either need to eat some gravel and harden up, or figure out how you're going to survive if you're not catered to every step of the way. You will, unironically, be extremely lucky if Saber doesn't push litigation on you, because you've absolutely given him the opening to do so.
Yeah, that's kind of funny, where I think Saber has mentioned this, and, you know, Lio, if you want to, if you're still here, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Saber did say in his response that he was looking for legal avenues to pursue, like, litigation. AKA what Emu Emmy should have done if she was taking any of this seriously and was right about what she was claiming. Avoidance is a sad behavior because whether or not the person is partaking or did something wrong, it's self-sabotaging instinct made worse with arrogance. Yeah. I cannot explain how happy that line makes me. Eat some gravel and harden up. Yeah.
A few days passed and KP asked for another call. One with me.
Lyle, I understand that emotions were high the other day, and that a lot of people are acting out of
the paragraphs.
Stress right now, but a call with Hidden wasn't something we explicitly discussed or agreed upon. I didn't understand at the time that that was your plan. I assumed you would talk to her privately, without me involved. That's a big part of why this situation has been so upsetting for me. I can't explain or control someone else's actions, and
that's why it's upsetting her. It's upsetting her because she can't control or explain someone's actions.
I don't blame you for her choices or anyone else's behavior. I would imagine you feel regret connecting me to Beckett based on how ugly this is getting.
Oh yeah, I bet you feel bad for, you know, connecting me to Beckett. A very sly, coy way of saying, it's your fault that this is happening. This is your fault. You did this. God, I hate her. I hate her so much.
I understand this was an attempt to help that is gone a different way than intended, and I appreciate that. But I also need to recognize how they've affected me. As far as talking to her, I do remember you mentioning on a call that she was someone you trusted deeply as a friend.
Yeah, so why the fuck did you lie to her?
I could be wrong, but if I'm right, then it's worth asking. How would I remember that information unless it came from you? That's why this whole situation has shaken me so much. You have been a good friend to me, and I want to acknowledge that.
If she didn't want to call with Hidden, then couldn't she just leave, or am I missing something? She wants answers from Hidden, but she doesn't want to talk to Hidden. And Lyle's like, I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not going to play middleman for you.
But the truth is, I've been heavily spooked by people I once trusted leaking personal, private, sensitive information. Riddle leaking information indirectly has been deeply traumatic. I'm exhausted. I need to draw a boundary here. Not to punish anyone.
Oh, therapy speak. I need to draw boundaries. And my boundaries consist of me making you do stuff for me. Because that's how boundaries work, guy. What are you, fucking cishet man? Fuck off.
But to protect myself, I am willing to re-engage and clarify details with you, but it needs to be in a way I feel comfortable and at a later time when things are less volatile. I still value our friendship and hope that hasn't been lost in all of this, but right now, I need to be careful with my own limits, especially since I have a strong reason to believe that a call might have been recorded. That possibility is deeply upsetting, and I need to prioritize my safety and peace of mind above all else.
Okay. Oh dear, her trauma. This ain't BetterHelp.
See, the person you're remembering me referring to wasn't hidden. It was Peaches. And that was 2 years ago.
Apologies, time is a bit wonky these days.
Yeah, oh my, bro, it's 2 years ago. Oh my god, 2 years ago, Peaches was still in the picture. I forgot that only happened like a year and a half ago. Or was it even? Yeah, it was about a year and a half ago. That's crazy. So this must have been in like late 2023. Damn, shit goes back far.
Days. Also, you did tell me so. And these are pre-censored, but if you need this. I'm kind of feeling okay, so do you have time to talk tonight?
I'll have time at 8 p.m. CST.
Okay, if I get sleepy, I'll let you know. Sorry for my reaction. Hidden just triggered the shit out of me too.
Oh, there isn't more therapy speak. I was triggered. I've been triggered by Hidden. Or not Hidden. I'm so sorry, Hidden. Hidden, I didn't mean it. It was a mistake. I'm sorry, Hidden. Oh, no. The last time someone screamed at me, you're the one who did this, Lio. It ended with calling me the N-word with the hard R. Ah, memories. With the FNGR, not FNGR. What is his name again? I forget his name. Some fuck-ass name. Hidden Mitsuru. Oh, no, please. Don't tell Hidden that I fucking mixed her up. Listen, I have a condition. I mix up my words sometimes, okay? So, you know what? It's actually your fault that I made that mistake because you shouldn't have had a similar name to her. So, you know, if you didn't want people mixing it up, you should have had a different name. You know? I love cosplaying a narcissist. It's so funny. His name is Anthony. Okay. Fucking Anthony. I remember I was 14 and I said I said something along the lines of like, bro doesn't even have a brain. And I just think that that's really funny that I was like fucking grilling the shit out of him when I was 14.
I'm here. Just note that my energy levels are a bit low. And this week I feel like I've been run over by the
victim blaming arc. Truly Darvo arc.
Magic school bus, especially Chest.
All right, one moment.
I feel like I've been run over by the magic school bus. Miss Frizzle, why? Miss Frizzle, why did you do that? And can you do it again? I too owe Hidden reparations for calling her Heaton.
Ready.
All right, go ahead.
I want to state very clearly, I don't tend to record calls with friends, but it was pretty clear to me that KP was scrambling to find anybody to be a scapegoat here, and I wasn't completely unaware about how she was...
True. Lio, I'm curious, if you're still listening, did you pick up on KP being a victim narcissist? Like, I'm just curious, because, like, you dealt with Peaches, who was a god. God, was she a victim narcissist. You dealt with Heaton, who was, like, a major fucking victim narcissist. Well, I would say, you know, Peaches tripped so Heaton could flop. And then now you have KP. I'm just wondering if, like, you saw it. If you saw it this time, given it, like, it's the third time that it's happened. When Peepaw comes back, I want to ask him this question, too, if he's not here right now. How often have people tried to use Lio as a scapegoat scapegoat just this year alone? I actually don't know. Miss Frizzle, a real one for that. I've been in a call with Evan GR before. Can you believe he's the one who talked sense into me and made me not get revenge on my ex? A broken clock is still right twice a day. I'm glad he was at least right with you.
Speaking about me in these other private calls that got released. So I felt it right to record this for my own safety so I don't get thrown under the bus like she's done to other people.
True. Okay, this has me thinking that Peepaw knew something was up. Peepaw could see the signs. I don't know if Peepaw necessarily saw it as, like, identified it as covert victim narcissism, or as even just, like, victim narcissism, but he did at least, like, tell that he could see her actions to other people and was like, this doesn't smell right. So good on Peepaw. Good on Peepaw for learning. Also, can ASMR. Who's ready for can ASMR? Nice. That flavor's good. Crisp. What flavor is this? Black raspberry. Right? It's so good. I'm so glad I'm good at that. Dude, this is amazing.
So here's that call.
That scared me. I thought that was my fucking Discord. I was like, I'm not in a VC. I'm not calling anyone. Why gotta be raspberry? No, not raspberry. Raspberry. R-A-Z-Z. Or from the UK. R-A-Z-Z. Or if you're from Mexico. R-A-Z-Z. Or if you're from France. I don't know French. I don't know how to fucking say the letters in French. Berry flavors are the best flavors. Dude, I've been looking for the fucking sparkling water that is literally just like berry flavor. And I can't fucking find it anywhere. I'm like, you fuckers. This is the best flavors. Fucking sold out because everyone else was getting it. Brownie, battercore, schlorp, schlorp.
Hello, Rachel. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry it took me forever to send references for my art thingy. Don't worry. That cool collie. Thank you for the 5. Thank you, Malta, for the £5 for Black Raspberry Can ASMR. Thank you so much.
I can hear you.
All right. So, what is it you specifically wanted to discuss?
I'm pretty sure A in French is just like, I don't know what Z. Okay. How do you say the letter Z in French? Zid. Zid. I guess. But they don't even pronounce their last letters. Freaking weird ass language. Sounds cool, but it pisses me off. The only time I like French is when Doja Cat is speaking it. Je sais que tu es ma vie. Abeste. Oh, okay.
I don't know, honestly. I guess,
Wait, what are we
wanted to discuss?
I can hear you.
All right. So, what is it you specifically wanted to discuss?
I do not speak French, no. I understood that, though.
I can hear you.
All right. So,
Actually, how would I pronounce that? Tu parles français? That was horrible. Français? Français? That's like better, right? Tu parles français? I don't know. I took French for like a semester.
what is it you specifically wanted to discuss?
It was good? It was good? Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know, honestly. I guess,
Bitch. I know I've been bugging you for this call. Oui, oui, c'est bon. Hell yeah. I know I've been like fucking pestering you for this call and for this conversation. Now I get into the call and now I don't know what I want to talk about. Okay, Faghost. Okay.
I guess there's nothing really we can do, or nothing I can really do as far as how crazy it's been getting. But like,
yeah, how bad it's been getting because of your actions. Je suis un fond. Congratulations.
Can you give me some more background about your relationship with Beckett? Because like, he
The ums and chat are taking me out.
He's been interviewing like everyone that I've ever briefed near, and he interviewed my friend and told her said some upsetting things. Not upsetting, but
okay. One question or one critique I have for Peepaw here. Your music is always just a little too loud, people. You need to boost these voices because sometimes you talk to mumbling, bumbling bitches. And I can't hear them. I should put on the closed captions.
Like unsettling things to her.
Why did he talk to her? Do you know why he accepted that?
At least he lowered the volume of the static. Because I know in like the video about Caden it was way too loud. I love the music, but it's a bit loud. Yeah, exactly. Music in background videos should be something that like you can hear from like a distance. It should feel like you're at the mall with your friends and like there's music playing, but you're still able to talk to people and stuff. Whereas this feels like if they cranked the music on like overhead all the way. I understand. I know it probably sounds fine in the editor. Just like, I don't know, render a clip of it. And then be like, oh, okay, does this sound fine? And if it sounds a little too loud, bump it down. And even if it sounds okay, bump it down a little bit. Yeah, it should be like elevator music. I need to put my B Sona on the right. Shit. No, we got this, chat. No, why did it go all the way up there?
Because she wanted to.
Okay, there we go.
Try to help me.
Do you know why he accepted that?
Because she wanted to try to help me from a PR standpoint. She asked me, and she told me about it.
Never be your friend's PR manager. I was Ponder's PR manager for far too long, and look where it got me.
But if you want to, and basically from what she described, she's trustworthy. I don't have any reason to doubt her. He basically tried to be really nice and get information out of her, and she wouldn't budge. And then she said after this, and
how cynically she's detailing this.
And get information out of her, and she wouldn't budge. And then she said after 15 minutes, he kind of dropped the act.
He was pushing her. She didn't budge. Then he dropped the act. Bro. Fucking cynical ass read. There's so many assumptions in that. I'm Chuli's PR manager, except it's more like being a herald of Galactus. I inform people of their doom. Oh man, I forget what she says. Silver Surfer. What does she say? I forget what she says. I know she says, I herald Galactus. And then she says, I herald... Does she say I herald, like, the end? Or something like that? Yeah. I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus. True Lactus. J'adore.
And talked about
the pink bee surfer. No, I'm True Lactus. Lio is the lion surfer. Drink for every take a shot. That's how you die. That's, you know, if you're on the edge and need a reason to die, that's how. Don't do that. Please do not do that. Someone, oh my god, yeah, draw Lio as Silver Surfer and me as Galactus. That would be hilarious.
How much money he was making off this.
No.
That he doesn't care about anyone. That he thinks I'm acting vindictively because if he were me, that's how he would be acting. So therefore, I am acting vindictively.
That doesn't sound right.
Thinks people he's talking to are crazy, but is.
Audio may be a bit unbalanced, but it's covering up the neighborhood kids screaming behind my house. Thank you, Lio.
Platforming them.
I'm so sorry, Invictus.
Anyway, to make money.
Oh my god, you guys keep pointing it out, and instead of like just being like white noise, it's I can hear it. Like my brain is like ticking every time it happens. Y'all need, oh my god.
Face talked about how he talked about how he didn't understand the perfect victim myth, even though she tried to explain it. She said it kind of made her uncomfortable.
Okay, what I imagine probably actually happened is that he didn't understand how it applies to KP, because I feel like Papa Beckett, you know, Papa Beckett. I'm not using the other word for Papa. That's too much. Oh yeah. Don't spam too much with the ums. I just started a drinking game. I'll rejoin the stream once I get to the hospital. No. What? Half a pint. No. But Beckett has seen like my videos. He's gone over my situation. He understands that there is a myth of the perfect victim. So I don't buy that he was saying that he doesn't understand it. What he was probably saying is like more that he just doesn't understand how it applies to her, because it doesn't apply to her. Padre nuestro, que estás en los cielos. I already have a daddy and a poppy. Oh no. Yeah, Lio is very good at drawing. Like, look how detailed this is.
How hinged he was, and then
what?
It kind of made her uncomfortable how hinged he was, and then not unhinged, but like he asked her if my PTSD was real. You know,
I'm pretty sure Beckett has denied that, like, outright, and I'm pretty sure Beckett has a copy of the call, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong. I could be spreading misinformation.
Just he's been asking people a lot of personal questions, so I don't feel like I don't have any privacy at all. Which, you know I can only control to a certain extent, but there seems to be like, I don't know. I don't know the kid, but
it's not too good. What do you mean? Oh, your art, Peepaw, shut up.
It just seems like it's very hyper focused and kind of like, you know, he's trying to bait me on Twitter. I'm not really paying attention. You know,
no, it's that he's trying to bait me on Twitter. He's trying to get a rise out of me. All these sinister intentions just assumed.
He had Barbie.
Imagine actually being named Barbie. Why'd she call Beckett? Wait, she did? What?
Hyper focused and kind of like, I don't know the kid, but
the kid. Beckett is a grown ass man, bro.
But it just seems like it's very hyper focused and kind of like, you know, he's trying to bait me on Twitter. I'm not really paying attention. You know, he had
make him seem like an irritant. Yeah, it's to like downplay. Yeah, she's totally trying to downplay. Oh, he's a kid. He's a kid. I'm not taking him seriously because he's a kid. Bitch, he's older than you.
Barbie.
Emmy is very much not trustworthy. Oh, I know. From excusing creeps to trying to get with Sonic VAs and now Saber Spark shit, Emmy is a compulsive liar. Yeah, as far as I'm aware with the Sonic VA shit, she was basically like, I know you're married, but like, what if? And in that situation, fuck both of them. Fuck her for getting with a married man, and fuck him for cheating on his wife.
You know, try to manipulate me. I guess I'm just tired of, like, I'm just venting at this point, but I'm just tired of being manipulated and, yeah, go ahead.
Let me take that in order.
I'm
Number
tired
one,
of being
did
manipulated.
produce to you a copy of their conversation?
No, she didn't record it.
Amazing. Amazing. Take me at my word, Peepaw. Well, she probably can't call him Peepaw because she's in her 30s. I can, okay? He's like 18 years older than me.
Okay. Your friends need to get into a habit of learning how to do that, because what she said about Beckett does not track for him as a person from literally anything I know about him. I do not know. How long have you known?
A year.
Okay. I will tell you this. Beckett did not send Barbie to you. Barbie did that of her own volition.
Yeah.
Because that's
yeah, I got the
Barbie
feeling
is.
she wanted to play main character.
Well,
yeah.
the point is that...
Damn, you see how fast she threw her under the bus? She, like, puts out a narrative and Lyle corrects it, and she's like, oh, yeah, you know, I had a feeling that she wanted to be the main character of this. Callous. Narc tactics, bro.
That's not Beckett's fault.
Also, yeah, exactly, Ula.
That's not his doing. That's who Barbie is. And again, I'm not going to do too many of this concerning Barbie, but I did warn you about her. I warned you about her last year, and I warned you about her earlier this year.
No, you did warn me. I'm not debating that.
Okay. Now,
the camera's so warbly. I feel that.
I will say, calling him kids probably
not Pappy.
The best thing, because he is genuinely older than you. He's in his mid-30s, whereas I'm like...
Old head. No, I'm just kidding. Being in your 30s, you're still young. If you don't believe that you're still young when you're in your 30s... Wait, what? Pissing couches?
Kids probably not the best thing, because he is genuinely older than you. He's in his mid-30s, whereas I'm like in my 40s.
True, Peepaw is in his 40s. Something say pissing couches?
Doing. That's who Barbie is. And again, I'm not going to do too many of this concerning Barbie, but I did warn you about her. I warned you about her last year, and I warned you about her earlier this year.
No, you did warn me. I'm not debating that.
Okay. Now, I will say, calling him kids probably not the best thing, because he is genuinely older than you. He's in his mid-30s, whereas I'm like in my 40s. I'm not going to sit here...
He's in his mid-30s. Okay, you know.
Yeah, he's in his mid-30s. He's closer to my age.
I jokingly call myself old, early 30s, but that's because I tend to be one of the oldest people. Yeah, relatively old. In the grand scheme of things, still pretty young. I don't think 30 is even considered midlife.
You know that.
But,
y'all talk about him like he's pushing 70. Yeah, Lyle literally turned 70 this year. 70? Fuck! He turned 40 this year! Fuck!
It's not that Beckett does not care. Beckett tries his best in a lot of ways to keep some sort of professional distance from what he talks about.
Thank you for your kindness. Oh yeah, if you're in your 30s, you're not old. Your life doesn't end at 29.
But the problem with all this is, you're saying that you're tired of being manipulated. But part of the problem when it comes to you and all of this is that you have a tendency of getting all of your information third hand instead of looking for it yourself. And that is going to bite you in the butt 10 times out of 10. Unless you have 100%.
The 70s comment wrecked me. I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to say that, you guys. My brain moves faster than my mouth.
Trust in the person you are communicating with, which, frankly, based on the people you've been around, sounds to me like you haven't had. Now, trust in the person you are... That is going to bite you in the butt 10 times out of 10. Unless you have 100% trust in the person you are communicating with, which, frankly, based on the people you've been around, sounds to me like you haven't had. Now,
damn.
Beckett is not going out...
Talk shit. I think they're talking about how allegedly smoked so much weed that she pissed herself. Oh.
Out there looking for people to talk to. They are coming to him. He is not seeking them out. They are seeing what's going on, and he is asking them questions, and I can tell you enough about Beckett to know that if he does not have evidence for it, or if it does not sound like something real, he's going to be very critical of it.
True.
He's not just going to run with
Hypocuspy.
anything he hears like other idiots that don't like you will.
Turning 30 is no, what are you talking about, Anthony? I thought that DILF chasing was like a huge thing in the gay community. Like sugar daddies and shit. The fuck? Not even just sugar daddies, but like hot older guys. I thought that was a huge thing in the fucking... I thought that was like celebrated. Aside from maybe like twink death.
Now, I will say this. I am sorry that personal details about you were put out there by...
Times have changed. Are silver foxes not celebrated anymore?
I genuinely am. I don't agree with that personally. If you were like a child...
Basically, in the gay men community, people can be super nasty to each other, and part of that has to do with saying you're really old when pushing 30. Congratulations, gay community, you have invented misogyny for yourselves.
Predator or something, I wouldn't care, but I don't think that is acceptable. I don't think that's okay. Now, here's where we have to come to a little bit of the brass tacks here. You say you want to be treated as an equal, right?
I know in the trans community, growing old is very much celebrated because a lot of people in the trans community, especially for a long time, you know, thinking about back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s during the AIDS epidemic, trans people didn't live too long a lot of the time. Life expectancy was really low for trans people. So, you know, when we have people now that survived that time, like, you know, elder trans, elder queers, it's like, it's always celebrated. But I guess, like, gay men having probably the most privilege in the gay community makes sense that sensibilities are different. I don't know. Kind of the same thing, stuff with like bears and twinks and hunks and stuff. It can be celebrated, but it can be very nasty depending on which camp you're in, or which camp you fail to be in. Well, fuck those judgmental camps. Accept yourself. We're 17 minutes in. We have an hour left. I'm gonna cry.
Where are you going with this?
We need to have a very serious talk right now.
Okay, what did I miss?
Now, here's where we have to come to a little bit of the brass tacks here. You say you want to be treated as an equal, right?
Where are you going with this?
We need to have a very serious talk right now.
Yay for tangents. Bro, I talk too much.
And I do mean a very serious talk. So, I'm asking you if you want to be treated like an equal, because it's made very clear in your different responses that you do not like it when people treat you like there's a mentorship going on without informing you. So I'm asking you directly if you want me to treat you like an equal, because that way I can be as straight and direct with you as possible.
Yeah, unless I, you know, dictate otherwise based on how I'm feeling, but go ahead.
Okay. I will preface. You are not going to like what I'm going to say.
Okay. Bye, senior citizen. Let's go.
I'm not saying any of this to hurt you. I am saying this because I care. And because I have watched
I've never seen an old trans person, but seen a pregnant Chinese lady, though. Shout out.
Past 6 months of you spiraling destructively because you did not listen to counsel. Rachel, you do not have a grasp on how to treat people. You do not have a grasp on how, for lack of a better word, I want to be very clear, I'm not saying this to insult you. If I was, we would not be talking like this. It would be a different matter altogether. You do not seem to truly understand how the real working world works, and that is what's continuing to bite you. And the fact that you are continuing on this destructive path that you started when you refused to accept that you should not have forward any rape accusations about Saberspark, and you are continuing to double and triple down, is going to do nothing but continue to destroy you.
I've seen trans... Yeah, I follow some, like, elder trans women on TikTok. I haven't seen many older trans men, but yeah.
So, my hard question for you is how much of this is you versus how much of this is from people pushing you in certain directions?
Like, rhetorically, or like...
Like people guiding you to continue on this destructive path as opposed to apologizing and moving on with your life.
Okay, he's trying to give her grace. No, I'm just kidding.
Because what's been happening is in the first response you sent me, the one you put out publicly, and then the one that was leaked from your Q&A, you are not at any point saying, I should not have done this in general. I am sorry for forwarding accusations without evidence. Instead, you are continuing to put the onus on literally everybody else. And I'm asking, is that from your desire?
Oh my god. Peepaw, don't do the slow transition. It makes the transition so disorienting. Just, like, make it, like, a quick, like 2 seconds.
Or is somebody guiding you to make those statements, and you are going with it because you think they're helping you?
No one's guiding me. If that's your question.
The camera focus, yeah. No!
Alright, I'm gonna be a little more blunt then.
Bro. You know what, I'm not gonna say that.
How much of this is Courtney involved in?
Oh! Courtney! The wisher of rape upon thee. In case y'all don't know, Courtney wished rape on Mr. Enter.
Not much. Like, she's not pushing me to do anything I don't want to do.
Are you aware of what Courtney's been doing lately in the online space?
Not really, but go ahead, you can tell me.
She literally went on public and said that she hopes that Mr. Enter gets raped and killed.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I think
she's lost it. Like, wholesale lost it. She has called anybody who does not believe the accusations against Saberspark part of a pro...
Like I've said before, I was once told that someone felt I was a little similar to Courtney before she went off the rails. And now it is clear to see we are not the same.
Pro-rape boys club.
Courtney does not have fire in her. She has delusion.
She thinks that it is acceptable to...
I have fire. Hot fire. Sexy fire. No.
To call anybody anything and to accuse them of anything because you are not a legal official. She thinks that it is...
What? A pro-rape boys club? Jesus Christ.
Acceptable to call anybody anything and to accuse them of anything because you are not a legal official and therefore you must not need to control yourself. Which, oddly enough, she hasn't...
Courtney has lost it long ago. I understand she's a victim, but there comes a point where victims then becomes the abuser / bad guy. True, a very unfortunate pipeline.
Realized backfires directly to her when people call her a groomer or a predator with no evidence.
True, fucking idiot.
And on top of that, KP, people know you use ChatGPT with your Q&A. Like, what's going on? The
ChatGPT, no!
Here.
Dude, I literally crashed out so hard, I just fucking skipped all of the ChatGPT part. Oh my god.
What do you mean what's going on?
What do you mean what's going on? I just, I use ChatGPT to explain my issues because I'm a fully functioning 30-year-old woman. What do you mean, bro?
Did you really consult ChatGPT to write your Q&A?
A little bit for some of the citing, but not...
Bro, you stupid fucking bitch. What? Okay, full disclosure, you guys. I have looked up some stuff with ChatGPT. I have asked it questions that I don't think Google has the answer for. And then, when I get the answers from ChatGPT, I go, please link your sources for this part of your explanation so that I can go look for it. And then they link the source, and then I go and I look and I find it, and then I use that as my evidence, not ChatGPT. Because it's possible that ChatGPT is wrong, that ChatGPT misinterprets data. Yeah, she did use ChatGPT. She used it to explain, social fucking therapy concepts, social justice concepts, and concepts that you should be learning in therapy, not from a fucking AI.
Not the whole thing, just...
Why are you continuing to push allegations you don't have any evidence for?
This is autism coloring, by the way. I don't know how to explain it, but the way Peepaw is coloring, autism.
Because I believe her, I guess.
Yeah, don't use the fucking thing for therapy.
I don't know where I'm going to go from here, though, so I haven't decided.
There's nothing wrong with believing her internally and supporting her personally. The problem isn't that you believe and that you support. The problem is that you publicize, you attack.
More like gay eye. Peepaw's homophobic. Say the F slur.
And you doubled and tripled down on
Malcolm somewhere.
KP, what you went through in 2016, when people were making all sorts of accusations about you, that really screwed with you, right? Really messed you up. It didn't feel good. It hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, but instead of just asinine things about a workplace environment,
true,
somebody accuses you of sexually assaulting somebody.
Oh,
with
God.
no...
This is the lighter shade, actually? What does that mean?
Evidence. And instead of apologizing for it, saying, you know what, I believed her, but I shouldn't have made this public.
Wait, Peepaw, are you using gay terms? Are you using black and brown gay terms?
I should have supported her behind the scenes and see if justice could be gotten another way. They just continued to double and triple down on it. How would that make you feel?
Okay, asking her for empathy. Something that KP does not have. Narcissists do not have empathy.
I don't really want to get...
Deflection. Deflection. She dodges it because she doesn't have empathy. Any appeals to empathy, they don't exist. They don't work.
Into,
I'm referring to the shade of purple. Are you using different shades here? Or are you just having like a... Are you just saying that this is a lighter shade than something else you have? Bro, I'm getting so distracted.
A debate with that right now.
It's not
I feel
a
like I
debate.
said...
It's not a debate, KP.
Yeah, see? She fucking...
I'm not sitting here hashing out values of difference to you. I'm saying this is a destructive path because the burden of proof is on the people who make the accusations.
This is so satisfying, watching the colors get filled in. I'm not even paying attention.
And what you've done this time is you have tied your person, your channel, your credibility, and any future prospects you have in any field, because it is now tied to you. This will follow you into your real life.
Yeah.
It will. Unless you...
Yeah, people are spitting. You know, internet is forever. People think it's not, but it is.
come up real quick with an...
What I would do to have KP's rich upbringing. Oh yeah, she's a Nepo baby. Or sorry, not a Nepo baby, but a trust fund kid. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, narcs lack empathy because of, not because of psychopathy, but because of their pride and ego, exactly. This next part, kill me? Oh no. Oh yeah, I did think Lio was saying, like, throwing shade. That's what I was like, oh my god, Peepaw. Are you with the times? Are you girly pop?
Actual sincere apology, this will follow you into your real life. It will. Unless you come up real quick with an actual sincere apology, it will follow you into your real life. This is not me wanting to bully you, browbeat you.
You should bully her! Bully her! Peepaw, bully her! RKO that bitch! No, I'm just kidding. Do what you do.
Saying these things because I care and because I am concerned and I see what's happening. What I said to you Monday night in our conversation was not a snide jab at you. It was not an insult. You are unironically going to be actually lucky if he does not sue you. Because you have met every single known legal marker for him to be able to do that to you.
I'd kill to have someone like Lio in my life. I feel very fortunate to have Lio in my life. And y'all have seen how protective I get of that friendship. Where people are like, but the Rosa call. And I'm like, fuck off. The concern trolling.
Have you been talking to him directly?
No, I have not said a word to or about Saber's part because I'm standing by my principle. I think the guy's a weirdo. But I'm saying objectively, looking at all the data that's out there right now, he lost 26,000 subscribers. He has people calling him a rapist. He has people harassing his wife, or his future wife, rather, his fiance, for being in a relationship with somebody being accused of rape. He has lost money from this. He has lost social standing. Every single thing that generally needs to be met. And whether you say it or not, there's plenty out there that can put to the idea that this is done out of malice, whether from you or from Emmy. It meets every...
Throwing shade boots the house down. Slay boots the house queen. I think that was something... Dude, sorry, who was that gay Florida Congress member? No, not Matt Gaetz. His name was like George something. George Santos. Oh my god, he's in jail? Oh, he was in jail. Oh my god. He's about to be again. No, that reminds me of George Santos saying, like, slay boots the house queen. And that's become, like, a stim, because it's like, what the fuck are you saying? Or no, I think he said slay down the Boots house or something like that. Slay the house down Boots. I don't know. It was some unintelligible mixture of like queer AAVE.
Quite every basic criteria. You will actually be lucky
like if queer, like black and brown ballroom speak.
It doesn't sue you. Like I think there's plenty out there that can put to the idea that this is done out of malice, whether from you or from Emmy. It meets every basic criteria.
Yeah, it's not correct. It's unintelligible.
Actually, be lucky if he doesn't sue you. Like I think part of the problem is, and I'm not saying this because I think you're an idiot or anything. I'm saying this because I think what you've gone through.
She is an idiot, Thomas. I say this as your friend who cares about you a lot. She's dumb as hell. She's just also insanely malicious that it kind of drowns out how stupid she is.
You ostrich, you turtle, when things get hard, and so you don't know what's going on around you. I genuinely don't think you realize.
Crack that motherfucking shell.
The depth of the problem you've gotten yourself into here. It's monstrous.
Oh my god, monstrous mentioned. Shout out her, I guess.
Because what you've done in your responses is instead of owning your screw-ups outside of the tone for the DA games, you've just doubled and tripled down saying it's the audience's fault for not understanding, or it's a perception issue, or it's the...
Yeah, like she, unironically, you know, for how much she cares about victims, she created one. She created one by forwarding that without evidence, and then doubling down on it. Good job, girly pop.
The perfect victim myth, which nobody is even running with. Nobody's saying they shouldn't believe Emmy because Emmy's not a perfect victim. They're saying the data she has provided versus what SaberSpark has provided is in favor of SaberSpark telling of events simply because he has data based on how she has acted to him, how she has responded to him, her communications and relationship up to him. He has that data. You guys don't. You don't have anything.
True.
So,
I mean, I don't...
Listen to the data.
If you wanted to believe, that's fine.
And listen, data can be misconstrued to tell a story. Like with the whole, like, obvious example is the fucking FBI crime statistics. The data can be used of, you know, a disproportionate amount of black people engaging in violent crime to say black people are inherently violent or they're culturally violent, they're poison or whatever. Which is not true, obviously. But, you know, listen to data, but be skeptical of the story that it's told. Make sure it aligns with the story. Make sure there's not something deeper.
Fine. It's making the accusations and continuing to. That's going to kill it. That's going to kill any goodwill you have. That's going to kill any... KP, I'm just going to...
Hate when people cite that, yeah. Also funny how, like, SNAP food stamps are getting cut when most of the people on food stamps are white. Confirm and verify. You know, trust but verify.
You want to get into the animation industry, right?
I get where you're going.
They know, KP. There are people in the industry who know who you are now, and it's not because of animation. It's not because of any of that. It's because of these...
Bro, she's fucked.
...accusations you refuse to walk back. That's a problem. There's one reason why I said to not even put out a response to begin with.
When a narcissist gets into drama like this, it's their death knell. Because they can't apologize. They can't feel shame. Shame is deeply traumatic to narcissistic people. And they will do anything in their lives to avoid it. Which is why they refuse to apologize. Which is where you get people like Heaton. Where you get people like Peaches. Where you get people like KP.
That's also why I told you.
Welcome to Psychology Studies with Chugas. Welcome to How to Armor Yourself Against a Narcissist and Traits to Look Out For with Chugas.
Don't forward this. Make police reports. Even if it's a decade old, make the police reports. Emmy's channel is bigger than yours. She could have just done it herself if she was so adamant about it. Instead, she runs you around circles. She lies to your face. Because I will tell you this right now. Her excuse of I didn't want to talk to Lyle because of his profile picture, when she had no problem talking to me before with the same profile picture. Something's wrong here, Rachel. Something is horrifically wrong here.
Yeah.
You can't...
Also, good use of her name right there. Try to pull her back into it. Not let her drift off.
Think about this right now in terms of PR. PR doesn't matter. Not in this. Not right now. What matters is the fact that you are you're free falling off a cliff and you ain't got a parachute. You've got to cobble one together, and you can't do it by continuing to double down on the idea that you're right. And on top of that, with the way this happens, and here's why you have to be so serious about the data you have at hand when you make these accusations, is if he is what you think he is, now there's an entire debacle out there that will make people immediately disregard it.
Yeah, you fucked up, KP. This is what Cartoonchi was talking about. You know, not to drag him back into this, but this is like Cartoonchi's entire point in his video about KP. He was like, you had one chance at this and you fucking blew it. And now if this is true, you don't get a second chance to make people believe this. You fucked up. You have now instantly created an environment where people are going to overcorrect and not believe anything brought against Saberspark. You know, if he, God forbid, if he actually has done something, no one's going to care. No one's going to listen. Yeah, it's factor for factor. She's not, it's all bouncing off of her. She's not internalizing any of this. She's looking for her next tool. That's why she's quiet, Loki. You'll get this when you're in a conflict, when you're in an argument, or a struggle with a narcissist, especially if it's like an actual, like, real time back and forth. It's created another Spectretech. Exactly. You know, now I hope that Saberspark isn't like Spectretech. I hope to God that he hasn't victimized anyone. I sincerely hope that, you know, no one has been hurt by him in that way. But in, you know, God forbid, the situation where it has, KP has fucked up any chance of them coming forward about it. Chris Hansen and the Nisian case, he completely ruined that case by getting involved. KP has done the same thing here if there are real allegations. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, potential. Sorry, I misread that. I'm sorry. But yeah, the reason why she's quiet here is because she's looking for another tool. She's looking for another tool and a way to deflect this. And I guarantee you, we're going to hear her deflect. There will be no accountability. We're going to hear her deflect immediately.
If it's something that actually happens again. If he did do it initially, this will make people immediately discard it. That's damage. And you can't keep down this path, Rachel. You're not only are you not going to win, you're going to actively continue to destroy yourself. And I don't want that for you.
Let's see how she responds.
I mean, like, since I don't know what's happened, but I haven't decided how or what to do. I guess if that is any
okay, I can feel it coming.
Consolation.
You know, I guess I just haven't. Yeah, I haven't been thinking about that. I just kind of been thinking about just the stuff, just the riddle stuff and that kind of thing. So.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, deflection. Well, I haven't thought about that, so.
Now, riddle. What he was doing was he was.
I'm so sorry, Thomas. You took it. You followed her. She put out a little crumb to divert the conversation, and unfortunately, Lio took it. That's unfortunate.
Upset?
Thomas, we gotta get together and we gotta do some, like, narcissist training classes with you, okay? I will feed you all of my knowledge.
And he was venting to somebody under the assumption that it would have been kept private. I understand the desire to vent to a trusted individual. The problem there is that Maddie leaked it, because I don't know if it's Matt or Maddie. There's something wrong in their skull meat, very obviously. It's why they make the accusations as well without any evidence. But I'm not going to go into detail.
I love deflecting a lot. My background is my mom, dude. I'm not going to get into it, but goddamn.
Ask you, because I'm not like these other guys. It's none of my business.
Narcissist aversion 101.
But I will just say this: is even a third of what?
Yeah, I don't know why they leaked that stuff about KP. It felt very invasive. Like, I felt dirty reading it. Like, when I was like, oh, what's that? Oh. And then, like, it kept popping up. Like, it would pop up again on my feed. And I wouldn't know that it was the same situation. So, like, everything I have learned about KP's alleged personal life is against my will. And I hate it. And I feel really dirty knowing what I know. Mods. Yep, true Buddha cat, right there. Get him.
What Riddle is saying is accurate. KP, you've got a lot of growing up. You've got to do real fast. Like, real fast. And I'm not saying that because I hate you, because I don't hate you. I'm saying that because I care. And right now, I think I'm kind of the only friend you get.
Tough love. Narcissists hate it. Have mercy. I'll spare you this time.
God, it's just going to be blunt and tell you the truth here. I'm not here to play sides. I'm not here to push a narrative for myself. This is me trying to communicate to you how badly you are in a situation of, because
you have a wedding today. I hope it goes well. Also, I'm chewing on a fucking bottle, like a can opener thing. That cool Collie, thank you for the $5. Bulletin. A real friend will say, you go into the club like that? A user goes, you look great, girl. KP needed a friend here. And listen to them. Who am I yeeting? No one. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to yeet anyone. Also, be sure to like the stream, you guys. We've got 150 viewers.
You haven't been able to peek up and take a look. It's bad. It's really...
Being around a narcissist for long enough has only taught me how to make them stop blaming me for shit they do, but I haven't taught them to take accountability yet. You can't do that. You can't. That's the thing, Loki. You can't do that. It's impossible. They have to do the work within themselves to work through their personality disorder or their traits. Because, you know, you can have narcissistic traits without being like a full-blown, you know, personality disorder. But it takes work and it takes self-awareness. And, you know, sometimes you got to lose everything before you get to that point. And sometimes even when they lose everything, especially a victim narcissist, they'll just use it as proof that the world is out to get them and that they're so amazing and no one sees them for what they are and no one believes in how amazing they are. No one sees them for all they're worth. It's agony.
Really bad, Rachel.
I mean, well, that's why we're talking, right?
Yeah, but...
Oh, okay. Yep, another deflection. Seer of Malice, thank you for the £1.99. I was late for the party. KP sounds like an idiot. Thank you. And also true. I try to make someone with narc traits to accept accountability. He threatened to walk out on our family. He was a primary provider for us. Jesus Christ. Woe is me, gal. Woe is me. If they don't change, even when everything tells them to, it's in their hands at that point. You can't keep them afloat forever. Exactly. And you'll kill yourself. You'll drown yourself with them. Don't drown with a narcissist. If they're choosing to drown, and there's no way you can pull them up, let them drown.
I mean, well, that's why we're...
Okay. Communicate to you how badly you are in a situation of, because you haven't been able to peek up and take a look. It's bad. It's really, really bad, Rachel.
I mean, well, that's why we're talking, right?
Yeah, but...
Okay, yeah, another deflection. Like, she's already kind of insinuating that it's being fixed just by talking to Talayo. Because he's like, listen, it's really bad. This is the stuff that you're doing wrong. And she's like, well, this is why we're talking, right? What does that have to do? He's already told you what you need to do to fix it, and you deflected. You pushed away from it.
It shouldn't take a conversation with me for you to know how bad it is. You got to be able to look for yourself.
That too.
And yeah, Beckett's been mean about some things. I'm not going to sit here and deny that, especially in the video he did to your newest public response. Oh, absolutely he was mean in that. But here's the truth of the matter.
Narcs will keep changing the goalposts and in desperation insulting you directly when they can't just deflect. Exactly. Trying to make a narcissist take accountability made them leave their partner and blame me for it. Exactly.
The reason why I had you talk to Beckett wasn't because it was some sort of stupid little setup. I don't do that to people. It's because I know...
No, I didn't think it was a setup.
I know, but I'm just... If, in case that was a concern, I'm letting you know. It's because out of everybody else who you could have talked to...
Papa Beckett mentioned Crab Rave. I'll allow it.
Beckett was going to give you the most grace he could. Like...
Oh, God, Clover Bites. Oh, that feels... I feel that.
Literally. And as weird as that may be to sound, he's going to give you the most grace, because he's going to look at the data and come to conclusions based on that, not on personal bias, not on whether he likes people. The man wound up talking to voice actors and people in the animation industry. That's how far this has gone. And not because he went to search them out, it's because they found him. They came...
Beckett's famous.
Came to him. And You took what grace he could give you and said, no, I'm just going to triple down, because it's as much of a pain in the butt as it could be for him to imply or state that he thinks that you're not all that bright or whatever. It's a lot better than claiming you're malicious. Because that's what it's coming out as now, that you're malicious, and that's why you're doubling and tripling down. Especially considering the fact that your initial audio was also leaked. And to be clear, not by me. That's been leaked as well. And people can hear it now. And KP, you frame everything like it's misogyny. It's not. Not in this case.
Oh, she's gonna get mad as hell at him for saying that. She's gonna say, yes, it is. It is misogyny.
Yeah, women are treated garbage in the industry. Women are treated garbage socially. I'm well aware of that. But the reason why people didn't come and back you up about the rape accusation isn't because they hate women. It's because there was no evidence. Like, at all. So I told you not to do it.
Come on, KP. Give it to me. Give it to me raw.
And the reason why I did...
the fucking narc trakes.
No, I didn't understand.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say...
I went into a rave?
I guess on hindsight, I didn't understand, like, I didn't comprehend.
No, Thomas, join the rave.
And I guess on hindsight, I didn't understand, like, I didn't comprehend that, like, her refusing to do the police report was a red flag. I just thought that, it was gonna get out anyway, and not get out, it was gonna be released through, Fandom anyway, or whatever the fuck. So, I was just, you know, I just wanted to support her, I guess. But no, I get your point. I get your point of view.
Yeah, and that, look.
Okay. She puts herself in a sympathetic... I just wanted to help. Help by forwarding baseless rape accusations? Who does that help? No one. It's helped literally no one. It's only done harm.
I don't think you should have to look into every person you work with, because sometimes that's just not functional, but there was something off from Fando to begin with, especially based on the age of the account versus how many tweets they've had. Like, that account's over a decade old. And when you look into it, it finds out they are a right freak. They like...
Oh,
they like little kid characters. They're sexual deviant of different degrees.
Oh, yeah, that's what she was talking about him being like a lolicon or something. Fandom.
General idea is the entire reason why this person specifically is going after Black Griffin is not because they genuinely believe he's a predator, but because they had a sexual attraction to the Sweetie Belle character.
Not Sweetie Belle!
Because that was his main focus.
Actually, speaking of Sweetie Belle, do you guys remember when, like, Jenny Nicholson talked about her, like, brony fan series called Friendship is Witchcraft? And there was an episode where Sweetie Belle was a robot, and it was at, like, one of the conventions. Like, someone made a Sweetie Belle robot. I just remember that.
Really like that character and all.
That's my most interesting information about Sweetie Belle.
Worst ways a human being can. As an adult, to be clear. I understand for all the worst ways a human being can. As an adult, to be clear.
Jesus Christ.
I understand saying, well...
Sweetie Bot was my favorite character. Remember that series? Hell yeah. We got some Sweetie Bot knowers in the chat.
Was going to get out anyways, but the truth of the matter is that wouldn't have been on you. And I told you why she needed to make it. I told you in that group chat why she needed to make that report. Because every excuse she was giving made no sense. Well, if I do it, he might...
Yeah, and he's feeding her accountability. He's feeding her accountability for not listening. So let's see how she deflects this. Because he tried to point out, like, you know, you did this and you fucked up. And she's trying to play, like, the innocent. Like, I just didn't pick up on it. I just didn't know. And now he's like, no, you did know. I was telling you all this information. I was giving you all this reasoning. So now she's going to have to pivot again. So let's see where it goes.
Find out who I am. If he assaulted her, he'd know anyways. Well, he might dox me. He knows her information. I mean, that's why.
No, I didn't understand.
I didn't understand. That's the route we're going.
I didn't understand that those were dodges. If
this right now was a dodge.
So I don't like if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't like, I wish I'm not blaming you, obviously, but I guess I wish, like, the red flags were explained more.
Victim! It screams victim. And, you know, she goes, oh, I'm not blaming you. It's a lie. She is blaming him. She can't say, I'm not blaming you, but she will absolutely say, like, that's what she's saying. She's saying, I'm not blaming you, and then immediately goes, but you could have explained it to me better so I actually understood, and then we wouldn't be in this position. That's what she means when she says this. She is blaming Lyle.
explicitly because I just didn't catch them. So,
This dumb bitch. It's your fault, actually, Lyle, that I didn't understand.
like, I didn't understand that what you were saying was proof of hesitancy. I thought she was just hesitant because she was afraid
Tangent, I have a pizza. What's y'all's favorite pizza toppings?
she was going to get doxxed and harassed, which she ended up getting harassed anyway.
Favorite pizza toppings for tomato pizzas, like marinara sauce pizzas?
Anyway.
Yeah,
but
she refuses accountability like a toddler refuses vegetables. And like with a toddler, you're not supposed to try and force it. Love some ham and pineapples, pepperoni, banana peppers and bacon. Pepperoni and olives, interesting. A high roly-poly pie. Cheese. Bacon, ham, and pepperoni. I'm a meat guy. Pineapple's very good. Ham. Mozzarella stuffed crust, and I like spinach on it with jalapenos and pepperoni and mushrooms. Okay, sans the mushrooms, that sounds really good. It's just I don't like mushrooms. Every meat on the pizza all at once. Okay, we got some meat lovers. Pineapple pizza supremacy. Chicken, bacon, and mushrooms. We got some mushroom enjoyers in the chat. I like Hawaiian as well as peppers and onions. Onions, okay. My favorite type is Sicilian. This is the type of Legend KP... This is the type of Legend of Zelda KP would want to be Link while Lio would be Ganondorf. Jesus Christ. Bacon, spinach, feta, sweet onions, extra cheese. I'm a sausage and red onions kind of guy. Chicken, bacon, spinach, mushrooms. Love tuna. Tuna on pizza. That's an interesting one. Hot and spicy with meat and jalapenos. And and cheese and onions with peppers. We got an array of barbecue chicken with the barbecue replacing the marinara. Okay, yeah. Alfredo pizza is underrated. I pair it with chicken and spinach. I've done that. It's really good. Damn, we got some diversity in the chat. I love that.
The thing is, if she was going to make the accusation public, it was going to happen regardless of if she filed a police report or not. That's why she just needed to file the report.
Only liking margarita pizzas is okay. Some, especially like autistic people, not necessarily always cut out for pizza toppings.
Because here's the thing: if she had filed a report, let's go ahead and
like the stream
and walk back in time. If she were the one to file, if she at least bare minimum filed a report and proved that she did that, that would at least communicate to people. No, she actually believes this happened. She is thoroughly convinced. Because why would a woman go to the police otherwise? Now there have been plenty of cases, even though Courtney says otherwise, where women have made false rape accusations to ruin a man's life. That just has happened. It's literally happened to a little black kid decades ago.
Oh, he's talking about Emmett Till. Best stream ever. Every time I try to listen to this video, KP eventually just turns me away. But I'm gonna hear it out. I'm gonna head out. Y'all have a good one. Bye, Ula. Pesto pizza with mozzarella, goat cheese, mint, and fig is peak, especially if you have an Italian grandma Lamau. That actually sounds really interesting. I would be down to try that.
Get killed over it. So yes, unfortunately, it does happen. It's awful. One of the worst things in the world to lie about, but it does happen. But at least with a police report, there could have been at least that modicum, that crumb of hesitancy of people saying, well, if nothing else, Emmy believes that's what happened. Because why in the world would she go do that otherwise? But she didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Pineapple pizza. Woo, Peepaw likes pineapple pizza. I've tried it before. It's not my thing. But, it is what it is. Without the ham. I've tried, pepperoni and, breakfast bacon. I've also done, Alfredo pizza with, chicken and spinach, which was really good. I actually did a buffalo pizza with chicken. That was interesting. I really like buffalo. Like the taste of buffalo sauce.
Didn't even do that. And it had nothing to do with fear of being harassed and everything to do with the fact that she wanted to be able, from what I can tell, take that shot off of somebody else's platform and then duck and hide. And she tried to. And the entire reason she failed...
Yeah, that is exactly why she did.
Was because she left breadcrumbs.
Yeah?
You say you're worried about people, you're tired of people manipulating you, but they've been doing it this entire time. Again, if you want to believe in me, that's...
Of course, the native likes buffalo. Fuck you, Peepaw. With bacon, not ham. Interesting. Yeah, this is a very circular... This is what the reason why this call feels like a circle, and the reason why I've kind of not been paying attention super recently, is because this is what an argument, a conversation with a narcissist, like, where you're trying to feed them accountability. You are going to go, she's going to pivot and pivot and pivot and pivot in incredibly small angles until she gets you right back to where you started. And she's going to lead you in that cycle for as long as you're going to run it with her. And that's when you need to just tell her to fuck off.
Absolutely fine. I know people who have had awful things happen to them that they told me about that they don't want to make public. And I'm not going
to
make public because I don't have the evidence for it either. I still support them. I still care about them. I communicate to them how much I do believe them and that it's going to be okay, and I'm there. I don't put it on my channel. I don't.
Thomas is a very supportive friend. And I mean that very wholeheartedly. Like, as someone who has been, like, pretty decently close with him, he's incredibly supportive.
I'm into it. Not because I don't care, not because I don't love these people and I don't feel for them, but because there's nothing I can do with it. You can't make an accusation from nothing and expect something to grow from it. I'm sorry, but you can't. And you have really... the reason I never responded in extreme detail to the audio you sent me, KB, is because if I have to, every single time, tell you what the problem is, you're not growing and learning on your own. You've got...
Exactly. But she needs to be spoon-fed. She needs you to give her the contract so that she can turn around and say, this is the contract and it didn't work for me, so it's your fault. Even though she didn't follow the contract. As long as you give her the contract, no matter what she does, she will go back to, this is what you told me to do. This is your fault. Don't engage. Yeah, narcs will try and focus on a single point and derail your argument like that, constantly interrupting but bitching about you interrupting them. Exactly.
You've got to learn to figure these things out by yourself to become the confident individual you want to be. And listening to that entire diatribe, all it communicated to me is that you didn't learn anything. And I can't put a stamp of approval on that. Not as a friend and not as somebody.
She's not 43. I believe she's like 33 or something. I don't know her exact age. She's in her 30s. Welcome to the live stream. No, she's not in her 40s. That's Lio. Lio's in his 40s.
Somebody who cares about you. But at the same time, if I put any pushback on it, then where are we anyways? Because another reason I did is because I told you not to even put out a response, and then you come to my DMs and tell me that you're going to do one. So you didn't listen to me again.
Exactly.
And the last time you did was, again, when you made the accusations.
And she still blamed him for it. She still blamed Lio for it. Lio said, don't do this. Here's all the reasons why you shouldn't do this. And she came back and she said, you didn't explain it to me well enough. So that's why I put the rape accusations. That's why I didn't trust you. I didn't trust your judgment because you didn't explain it well enough to me. So therefore, this is all your fault. And I'm in this situation because of you. Jahil, welcome to the stream. I probably butchered your name, and I'm sorry if I did. I accidentally said Lyle was 70. I mean, he will be one day, but not today. Not for like another 30 years. Lyle still has another, almost an entire lifespan that he's lived before he becomes 70.
So you're coming back to a guy.
Go ahead. I interpreted your, like, if you have to one as just kind of like, if it'll make you feel better kind of thing. So I guess
what?
Again, when you made the accusations. So you're coming back to a guy. Go ahead.
I interpreted your, like, if you have to one as just kind of like, if it'll make you feel better kind of thing. So I guess I interpreted that more neutral than...
Okay, now when she's saying, well, you said it this way, so I interpreted it differently. KP getting into a crash and being like, I can't believe Lio did this. It crashed, I'm so sorry.
Than what you meant, if that makes sense.
Guys, we're close to only having 30 minutes left.
Yes, but again, I stated plainly, because I'm not a person who often is able to do subtlety. I'm about as subtle as a shotgun. I've told you pretty plainly, don't do a response to this. If you were to do anything, it has to be some form of apology. And it's not just that, right? It's not just that. Now,
went thrifting and bought a one-eyed bobcat plush. Hell yeah.
I want to preface this one, because we're going to move topics just slightly. If you want to hate aficionado Chris until the day he dies, you are 100% valid in doing so. I will give you no trash talk for it. I will not degrade you for it. You are well within your right, and that is fine if that is the decision you make. But trying to build a literal what-if legal case?
Yeah, Chris is the guy that she was trying to be like, He said he jizzed on my clothes, which he never said. He said that he fucking fell on her underwear because after he jacked off because he was lightheaded. Which is very different. One of those could be seen as an act of sexual assault, but that didn't happen. And she tried to build a whole legal case about, like, ooh, she literally tried to lawyer LARP. And according to, like, the people in my chat when we were going over that who were in Peepaw, oh god, who were, like, studying or practicing law, they were like, you're fucking crazy. Like, this is not how anything works.
In your response against a man who, number one, admitted that he lied, number two, I'm going to be real blunt here. Listening to that audio, KP, I don't think I've met many people as apologetic as him in that. So when Beckett asked you, what does accountability look like to you? That's something you should have had the answer to. Is accountability for what Chris did, which again, even he doesn't stand by. Even he says it's stupid and vile.
Praying that my stream doesn't get taken down. I mean, the last two haven't been taken down. I think she's scared of brown people.
They had no business doing it, and frankly, he probably got bullied for saying it. Because as a guy, you know, the boys club that I'm apparently in, if anybody makes that type of comment around me, or anybody I know, like any guy I know, they're gonna get bullied for it. They're gonna be made fun of. Like, what are you, some sort of weirdo creep? You sick loser? They're gonna get bullied and made fun of for it. Nobody's gonna think they're cool over it. Even some of the most egregious men I know, who make the grossest of jokes, like, say, Vlad, he'd call him a loser too, and tell him to kill himself, frankly.
Oh my god. Thomas. Metalman87, thank you for becoming a member. Enjoy your emotes.
Like, if a genuine apology and trying to get help isn't what you wanted, what is it you wanted?
Well, that was something I was going to talk about. I
was going to talk about it. Okay, you're jumping me. You're going too fast. I was going to talk about this. Back off.
I took down the safety report with the link. Riddle owns the file, so I couldn't take down the file. Mm-hmm. And I would have clarified, probably just, like, I was concerned how his telling of the story framed me to other people that were in the room when he was telling it. So I think, in hindsight, maybe a public apology that didn't go into didn't have to, like, go into the actual act, but just the fact that, like, this happened and, like, sorry, like, whatever, like, something like that. But what basically the story grew into not just Chris, but all of the DA game stuff, and you know, there's, like,
notice how she's not answering the question. Person, a lot of slurs, you know. God.
I don't know if you saw the whole video.
Isn't KP at Brandon nuts? I don't fucking know.
But you know, victims that were groomed in that space. That, I'm not, like, saying this to be like, what was me? I'm just kind of informing you about information. But you know,
$5. Thank you. Metalman for the $5. Disappointed Lyle is far more terrifying than yelling Lyle. I don't find either scary, but I take disappointed Lyle much more seriously.
We're groomed in.
Yeah, she's looking for her next tool. Only slur allowed in my vocab is the F one because I'm gay, and the different definition of slur where you slur your speech when drunk. Hell yeah.
Groomed in that space and wouldn't remove.
I accidentally said the F slur on my FNAF stream last night. I said it to my friend. Because we're both, like, bi. And I was like, wait, we're live? And I mean, like, I don't mind saying, like, a slur that I can reclaim in a way of reclamation. But I do try to keep it, like, I do try to keep it off of YouTube, not just for, like, logistical purposes. But also because, like, I know that not everyone likes slurs, and I try to be sensitive to that. Truly going dark woke? No.
Like, confirmed convicts and things like that. So...
but that wasn't proven. The convict thing wasn't proven, if I remember correctly. I know, Jody, exactly. For those who don't know, like, some weirdo streamer was like... Julie pretends that she doesn't like the R slur, but I know she says it all the time. She says it all the time. I know she has to. It's like, what? Okay, first is Malcolm, and then this person. They just desperately want me to say slurs. And I'm like, no. I think for a lot of white people, which I'm assuming that other person is white. I could be wrong on that. slurs aren't necessarily the trauma that they are for Black and brown people. That's just my theory. Because there is a difference between, especially Black people, and the N-word. How they feel about that one. You know, and it's used very normally. It's destigmatized to them. You know, it's truly reclaimed because they just use it and it doesn't have the same meaning. Whereas people will, you know, especially white people, will use slurs in the way they were intended to. And it's like, at that point, you're not really reclaiming things. You're just doing it because you can get away with it. Because, you know, socially you can get away with it. And that's where I kind of feel a little weird. I feel a little weird when white people do that a little too much. It's like, you know, I can tell that they want their own N-word without understanding what the fuck the N-word is. Yeah. So, you know, if you're white, I don't know. Be normal. Oh, Malta, I was just saying that, like, sometimes I feel like white people, when they're some type of other oppressed, like they're gay or they're trans or they're, you know, mentally disabled, they suffer from, you know, a mental disability or disorder, they become really friendly and cozy with the associated slur because they want their own N-word, but they don't understand what the N-word is and how Black people using it is different from how racists use it. Yeah, I remember in high school I'm bi and someone called me a slur and it just ruined my day. I don't get why these people just want to be called that and be oppressed. It's weird. It's weird.
I understand your point about Chris, but, you know, it wasn't just
sorry.
In that space, and Will wouldn't remove, like, confirmed convicts and things like that. So I understand your point about Chris, but, you know, it wasn't just the call, it was it wasn't just the memes he posted, it was just kind of the continual behavior, mostly from Will in that space, that
Thomas, you've been using a camera for a long time. I need you to learn how the focus works.
Mostly from Will in that space, that isn't really being analyzed too deeply.
Okay, yeah, and she deflects. And she's like, okay, but what about Will? What about Will?
Does that make sense?
To a point, but if I recall from one of your responses, the gross memes that were posted, was that or was that not to test a security bot?
That apparently was a lie because no one could find someone else covered it, but the videos got taken down. But anyway, Parlo or something. But he talked about he couldn't find a bot that could accurately test those, on top of them, instead of admitting that they did something wrong and retracted them, they just kind of kept it hush-hush.
Looked fine on the monitor when I recorded it. Lio, you need to pay more attention. You need to have a sharper eye and a sharper ear. I'm Black and I don't really care about slurs being used. I say the R word around certain company IRL, so for me it's usually time, place, company, and content. When it comes to slurs, that's my take. And that's fair. I just think it says something about, you know, people that are in a privileged position, especially racially, when they become best friends with the slur. And it seems more like they're using it for its intended purpose rather than reclaiming it. Actually wasn't happy. I really need to get better with my metal rendering. I mean, I think this looks good. Can we yeah. Thomas, accept the compliments! Peepaw.
Admitting that they did something wrong and retracted them.
Oh my god, what?
Low or something. But he talked about he couldn't find a bot that could accurately test those, on top of them, instead of admitting that they did something wrong.
You mean like you?
And retracted them, they just kind of kept it hush-hush, and that seems to be an issue from what the victims say, that anytime there's a big upset or...
Oh, I'm sorry, you just deflect and double down. That's better than being hush-hush, right? No, fuck you.
Like, not even, like, anything that's particularly, like, Will's fault, but, like, bad situations. Like, you know, there's this pedophile...
If you can reclaim a slur and you call your friends that slur and they're okay with it, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, exactly. If you call random people that, yeah, it can be a problem. I'm autistic and very uncomfortable with the R slur being used. A funny story regarding that is that my high school crush used that slur to describe what the school was doing with the schedule. I have a bad habit of using the art slur when I was younger. I've stopped doing it since, in hindsight. I think it might have been a trauma response with how much it was used against me when I was a kid, and that makes sense. I will say, even as a gay man, I do side-eye other gay men who use the F slur exclusively derogatorily towards other gay people and not in a joking way with their friends. Exactly. Exactly. Closest thing to her claiming a slur I have is describing myself as queer from time to time.
On the server or whatever, you know, they don't really seem to care to do anything. Again, not just sharing information. So that was...
People keep calling me a boomer with the hard eye. That's right, they should be calling you an Xer.
The Chris stuff boiled up to, like, you know, like, Jamie, who doesn't like me anymore, but Jamie has a whole Twitter thread about their abuse in that space and, like, the creeps, and they have screenshots and the whole thing. So, I you know, and that's the part that I wish was clearer, is because you know, I wanted to help and I was stupid. I just tried to put too much in the video, among other things. But
oh
but
my
yeah,
god,
so,
yeah, I was so well intentioned. I was trying to do good. I was just trying to put too much in there because these are victims, Lio.
Where I'm going with this, but yeah, those were just my first.
Yeah, you don't know where you're going with this because you're searching for your next tool. Fuck you.
In that area,
the fucking ghost hand is taking me out. Realized using slurs as slurs was still problematic. Was heat and whatever. Oh god. When it comes to slurs, for me, I guess if there's hate behind it, then yeah, it's a problem. But if it's like a jokey way, like with my friends, no, it's just for fun. Yeah. Lio's dead. Yo, he's a ghost. Personally, the only slur I actually use is the R word, and that's IRL with my brother because we both know the context when we use it. Other than that, I don't use them. Yeah, see, that's something I feel like is lacking. Because, you know, I feel like the black community is very much more, not monolithic, but tight-knit isn't necessarily the right word. I don't know. There's like, because they all suffered from the same thing, and you know, most black people deal with the same kind of scrutiny. It feels very much universal for them. There's much more of like a, how do I put this? Universal context that they all understand when they talk to each other. And they know, they can tell when someone is not understanding the context. And it doesn't smell right. As you know, I've talked to black people who say, like, they describe certain black people as being like, oh, in the sunken place, and when they use a word that makes them uncomfortable because they can feel that it's not being used in the same context as most black people use, like the N-word. No, you are Gen X. There is no shot in hell that 1980s, or unless you're a millennial. Oh my god, millennial Lio convoy is probably one of the most cursed concepts I've ever like thought in my head. Is the right term solidarity? I think so, yeah. Because if there's one thing that the black community had, especially I would say more in the past, when they were able to form their own groups and stuff, was coalition. And I think the coalition that black people, especially during the civil rights era, the coalition that they had is extremely admirable. And I think we need to have that again in the country, especially now more than ever. back in the 90s.
You know, and like regardless if it's Will or it's not Will, you know, Chris still.
We have 30 minutes left. We can do this.
Part of that brand. And when people are like, when these kids are getting preyed on in these servers, and no one seems to do anything or care, then that I feel like is an issue. And so it wasn't particularly just that Saber wasn't willing to do anything because of the Chris story. It was also the bigger ecosystem of that, and how again, I'm not
using words.
Making excuses or anything. I'm just trying to explain.
You are making excuses.
That was kind of frustrating, I guess, because it just seems like, you know, out of sight, out of mind.
All right,
Does that make sense?
Here's my question: who all within the mod staff did you talk to about any of this?
What do you mean?
About what happened in the server, about why they didn't remove people, about all this stuff, because apparently you still had a way to contact Chris. Did you ask him about any of it?
No, I haven't talked to Chris, but no.
You dumb bitch. Oh, you dumbass. Are we serious? I thought my ability to tell when people didn't get the context was because of my traumatic upbringing, but that's still Black related, so I guess it still checks out. Yeah, exactly. Oh, bye, Kickin'. Thank you for coming, and thank you for the donation.
No, they're I don't know if they're still up, but the original video that we did where we interviewed people has tons of screenshots in it about that kind of stuff.
Okay, why didn't you bring it to the mod staff so that that would prove your point more? You dumbass!
So,
if you're trying to say that they don't care, take it to them and see if they care. And if they show you that they don't care, use the evidence of them not caring. Bruh, oh my god, she's so dumb.
Which I can cut and give to you if you'd like.
I don't need it on hand, but part of the problem.
Are you saying I should ask Chris about this?
I'm saying if he's in moderation there, if the problem is that people are doing or saying gross things, confronting them is always the best step forward first, because that can immediately.
Notice how she tried to twist what he was saying. Are you saying I shouldn't have done this? Are you saying I shouldn't have interviewed the victim?
Cut things off at the head. Whenever I've had a deal with a server that's alive and going, that allows that stuff
generational trauma gave me superpowers I never asked for. It really does.
Around, the first people I immediately go after are administration. Why are you doing this? What's with this nonsense? What's going on? And at that point, they have one of two choices. Either one, they can backtrack, apologize, and correct.
You know, it's that sink or swim. And I think that a lot of people choose to swim in spite of trauma. Because, I don't know, part of me doesn't like the narrative that, like, trauma makes you stronger. I don't know, it just feels kind of like trying to justify or find a silver lining to the trauma, which is, no, I'm not saying that you're doing that, but I'm saying like how I personally like to see things is that traumatic things happen that are supposed to break us. They're supposed to ruin us. And instead, we choose to become stronger in spite of it because we are badass people. And we say fuck you to the trauma.
The issue, or they can double down and I get to burn them alive. The problem with this, you didn't contact the administration at all. If nothing else, to at least get bare minimum their side of things. And that's definitely a problem on that.
Well, I did, a couple of things. So, Jamie has screenshots of when they tried to
pivoting.
Contact Will as far as the grooming stuff. Will sympathized, but ultimately didn't even do anything or address things from my understanding, as well as my frustrations with,
Okay, take it to moderation, bro.
I wasn't really going after Chris's job. I just wanted kind of it to be looked into.
Rachel, if you weren't going after his job, what were you expecting? Because it seems to me, and to anybody listening, that what you wanted was for...
Oh, the story with Chris? Wait, that was the story about the Chris thing, right?
Jamie has screenshots of when they tried to contact Will as far as the grooming stuff. Will sympathized, but ultimately didn't even do anything or...
Grooming stuff? Okay, I'm confused. I'm lost on that. I can't speak to that.
Address things from my understanding, as well as...
Hello, K-Tunes. Give Peepaw a break. Hope you have a good stream. Thank you.
My frustrations with, I wasn't really going after Chris's job. I just wanted kind of it to be looked into.
Rachel, if you weren't going after his job, what were you expecting?
No, that's a lie. You were going after his job.
Seems to me, and to anybody listening, that what you wanted was for DA and Saber to just fire him for what he said about you. Is that what you wanted?
I'm happy for you, Blake Gunnels. So you just learn how to live with it and go on. Yeah, you don't have a choice.
I wanted some sense of accountability.
You do realize...
Okay, it feels like you don't have a choice, but you do. you do have a choice. You put one foot in front of the other, and you make that choice. You make that choice to keep going. Don't downplay it. Recognize that you are strong for making that choice to keep going.
Realize he apparently did make a public apology some time ago, right?
That's after DA did one because I was getting frustrated with the fact that they wouldn't address it directly. So that's not because they were doing it in good faith. It's because, like I was talking about, and they were kind of in a PR.
Okay. So let's back this up for just a minute. Do you accept in the call you had with him that he apologized to you?
Yes, but I think.
Yes, but okay.
That there needed to be, like, I wanted to be reassured that, like, DA Games, well, and again, I can show you the emails if you want. I don't know if you remember, but we're taking it seriously. They were going, they were taking it seriously. Go ahead.
What is your idea of taking it seriously? If the statement was
exactly, she's just using all these, she's fluffing it out because she's looking for her next tool again.
I told gross, weird jokes about something I didn't even do, and it made a former coworker who was female uncomfortable.
The phrase "trauma builds character" is one that is kind of said by those people who have lived through it and can be used as a means to laugh it off, or unfortunately they move past their trauma alone. Exactly. You realize the world keeps spinning. Oh yeah. The world absolutely, like, you realize that it's not the end of the world, and then you make the decision for it to not be the end of your world, for it to not be the end of your life.
And it's something I stopped doing, and I've apologized for, and I've gotten help for. Like, what else is there that needs to be said about that?
Well, for one thing, I was frustrated that, I don't know if, I don't remember what's on the script, but, like, so if the recipient is, of the story is Will and some other friends, like...
She didn't answer the question.
Why did I hear this story from chitter chatter and not Will saying, hey, this guy's making gross sexual stories? Like, and it's not just like buds being buds. If they're working together and that's the working environment, then I feel like there's a bigger issue there. Like, you know what I mean?
If it's something that he is communicating with, right? I did this thing, and then I apologized for this thing, I talked to the person I had wronged, why would that person reach out to you?
Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, I'm saying when Chris told the stories originally to Will, wasn't there any accountability within the space to be like, oh shit, my editor is telling these gross stories about women. Like, that's unacceptable. You know, like, it's not like, it's like a whole ecosystem. It's not just buds being buds. Like, he was doing that as a way to show off in a work setting. Yeah, so I guess that's
you're expecting true professional workplace etiquette and rules from people who do not run one.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's, which is, part of the problem, I guess.
That's a fair criticism, I guess. But yeah, I mean, if they were trying to make a professional thing, because if they are just friends and they're also just like business partners, but they're also friends and they're doing something together, that is different from like a legally defined business, a legal corporation. It shouldn't be the means to build character. No one should have to live through painful experiences that impact their life in behavior or responses. It is a wrong way to approach it. Sorry for the essay. No problem. No, I get that. And, I feel like when people try to do that, it's kind of a slippery slope into defining yourself by your trauma. Which, is something, that's why I fucking hate how TERFs do it, because that is exactly what TERFs do. TERFs are always like, oh, you're not a real woman because of this, or you're not a real man because of this. Women go through this divine, unique suffering, and that makes us women. Women are only defined by the agony and pain that they go through. It's like, what a miserable way to identify with your gender. Sent a friend request? Okay, I'll try and accept it while we're listening.
But, that, like I said, I'm running out of energy, but,
Okay, well, yeah. There's the preface for why she's not answering. I'm running out of energy. Emerus Muin, thank you for the $8.99 New Zealand dollars. KP absolutely should have went to the moderation because that's whose responsibility it is. Not the randos in the server or people outside the server, exactly.
I'll put it to you this way then. By your standards, Now, anytime you have a job, by your standards, you have to talk to them about what you did online, accusing somebody of rape. Do you realize that?
I guess not really.
Wow. Wow. Okay, the brute honesty there kind of got me. She doesn't see how crazy it is that she doesn't understand. Reception and ads, I'm so sorry, Salty Cheers.
Because I'll just be honest here. Yeah, what Chris did was gross, and frankly, probably needed to get kicked for it in the teeth a few times even before he apologized to you, or rather before he apologized to you. But, like, I personally think that accusing somebody of sexual assault, of rape to hundreds of thousands of people, that's a little worse in the grand scheme of things. And look,
oh, nice profile picture, Salty Cheerios.
I get it, all right? I'm going to be just real vulnerable with you for just a moment, all right?
Also, yeah. She actively tried to ruin Saber Spark's life. On nothing.
The man who assaulted me like that?
Oh, goodness. Okay. Alright. We're going here. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's hear him out.
Of rape to hundreds of thousands of people. That's a little worse in the grand scheme of things.
Okay, yeah. She's talking about... Okay. I'm assuming that he's going to try and relate to her about not getting justice. Because she feels like she didn't get justice for what Chris did. You know, in the whole made-up story.
Look, I get it, all right? I'm going to be just real vulnerable with you for just a moment, all right? The man who assaulted me like that died before you were born and faced no accountability in this life for it. So trust me, I get it, that it hurts.
Okay, I need to re-listen to that. Sorry, I was too distracted by the fly that Lyle waved away.
All right? I'm going to be just real vulnerable with you for just a moment, all right? The man who assaulted me like that died before you were born and faced no accountability in this life for it.
Okay, yeah, I was right.
So trust me, I get it, that it hurts. That nobody has that anger in your stead. That nobody picked that up for you and said, this is wrong, and I'm going to address it. I get that hurts. I do. But you can't keep pursuing it. It's going to destroy you if it hasn't already.
Yeah. There's a reason why I have a time limit on a lot of the stuff I talk about. You know, I don't agonize daily that Liam, you know, Phagos, never properly apologized, that Phagos has never taken proper accountability for what they did. Because I've accepted that they're never going to. And you know, the sooner I accept that, the sooner I can move my life forward, because I'm not waiting on something that I'm never going to get. And that if in some miracle I do get it, it's going to be forced and it's not going to be genuine. You can't let your well-being and your happiness be dictated by other people, even people who have treated you horribly. You can't let it consume you forever, because it will consume you. And you'll stop living life. You need to put yourself first. And you know, if you can't get justice, you need to find another way of moving forward, because staying and agonizing and festering over something you cannot change, it'll destroy you.
Like,
I'm just thinking.
I know you are, but like, how do I put this? You are Jewish, yes? Obviously.
Okay.
How connected are you to your faith?
Oh yeah, I'm not religious, so if you're gonna spout some Jewish stuff at me, I'm gonna nice try.
Well,
oh, okay. Non-religious Jewish person. Okay.
It's not even so much about the religious aspect of it. It's like one of your kings notices that sometimes the wicked appear successful. About
what?
Yeah, I'm not religious, so if you're gonna spout some Jewish stuff at me, I'm gonna nice try.
Well, it's not even so much about the religious aspect of it. It's like one of your kings notices that sometimes the wicked appear successful, but that it doesn't matter in the long run.
I'm assuming he's talking about something to do with Judaism and not Christianity. And I don't know what he's referring to. Thomas, are you still here? Can you explain this? Let me DM him. Thomas. Dad joke time. I was on the train to work and the conductor told me he had to charge me extra for telling dad jokes. I told him that's not fair. Oh, okay. He was referring to King David, who was a Jew. So, makes sense. Didn't KP trying to... I don't know. I don't know how to judge this because, like, Jewishness is a culture, as well as a religion. And you can be one or the other. Though I think if you follow the religion, you do have to kind of culturally become Jewish. Because a lot of the cultural traditions and stuff from following the religion, like, come from following the religion. Whereas, like, you can celebrate, you know, Christmas or whatever without, in a secular way.
It's just, and on top of that,
I guess there's a difference between being ethnically Jewish and following Judaism.
if you're not religious, you probably shouldn't have made memes about Moses. Just saying.
True. Clocked.
Well, I mean, it's...
I'm Jewish with a little bit of paganism in there, so it's just me doing my own thing at that point. Hell yeah. Build your own path.
That's not ethical. That's a basically how Jewish culture works is that regardless, you're still Jewish, but you're either practicing or not. So
yeah, practicing.
That was the basis for that. So like, you know, there's what is it? I'm trying to explain it, but like there's it's a religion and then like a culture too. So that's kind of what my vantage point essentially. But no,
Lai was absolutely right for that. Ain't religious, don't put religious memes. Yeah. Would have likely grown up to stories in the Torah. What's the difference between the Torah and the Talmud? I don't know that much about Judaism, to be completely honest. The only Jewish person that I was ever like super close with was non-religious, so he didn't really like to talk about that kind of thing. I was referencing Psalms 73. Okay, let's look it up. I looked up 72, fuck. Okay, I'm not reading any of this. Oh my goodness. Animals galore in my DMs.
Yeah, I guess
I'm aware that the Torah, if that's how it's spelled, is the Old Testament for Christians. Okay. They both read the Old Testament. Lost in Worlds, sorry, my bad. Lost in Worlds 15, thank you for the $5. There's so much that my mother did to me that she never apologized for. She's 70 now. I'm 19 years over waiting for one. Exactly. At a certain point, when you know that you can't, that someone will never feed you you can never feed someone accountability, they'll never take it. Sometimes you just gotta go no contact. I have friends who have gone no contact with their parents. And, you know, it hasn't made their parents, you know, realize that they've done wrong and want to apologize and stuff and sincerely mean it. They just moved on. You know, to use cancel in its original AAVE meaning. Sometimes you gotta just cancel people out of your life and move on.
I mean, I gotta like think about everything, obviously. I'm just kind of overwhelmed with information.
Non-contact with my father. Typical furry trait, I know.
But thank you for talking to me. I appreciate it.
KP told Chris, may God have mercy on your soul at the end of the call she recorded without his consent. Jesus Christ.
Look, I am not. And I have to address one more thing. A couple things, actually. Going on about sex crimes concerning Chris in your Q&A should never have been touched. Because if it was a sex crime, you should have gone to the police immediately. And secondly,
yeah, what the why? Huh? Like, bruh. Yes, I've been the victim of sex crimes. Let me show you guys in ChatGPT instead of going to the police. Haha. Ha 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 ha. I'm KP. I'm very logical.
Saying I've cut public ties with Courtney is literally saying nothing. When it's trying to...
Okay, so it was a ruse. It was deception. She is still in contact with Courtney privately, just not publicly associating with her, which makes no difference if you're privately associating with the person. Oh, roly-poly pie. No, you shouldn't feel that way. Accountability should be expected of people. But you can't force it, you know? And the sooner that you accept that you can't force it, and you need to... It sounds very cliche, but like when people show you who they are, believe them. The sooner someone does not accept accountability, you know, you can see that they don't accept deception, disgrace. I understand that. I too thought Kovu was hot as fuck. Damn, we got a lot of people in chat who are in no contact with family members. It's sad, but it's what you gotta do. Sometimes it's what you gotta do. The further you understand that some people don't understand, like, will not take accountability, the sooner you can recognize that's who they are as a person, and you can get out of there. You can cancel them from your life. Funnily enough, the only parent who actually apologized to me in my adult years was my father, and we're closer now more than ever. And I'm so happy that you have that, because a lot of people don't get that. And, you know, I feel like that's something you should cherish. Like that's base as fuck. Like, I love that for you, unironically. Apologizing is hard, not because I'm egotistical or hate taking accountability, but because it's hard to make an apology that can sound genuine. I understand that. And that's definitely something that, like, especially like autistic people or neurodivergent people can relate to. I feel like that is definitely not entirely on you, even though it's partly on you, you know?
I was gonna say, you try to deceive your audience. So you're just cutting public
deception
ties with her. What that says is, well, I'm not going to be seen in public with her, but everybody knows you're still talking to her behind the scenes. What good does that...
Okay, I paused for too long. He's moving too fast now. God damn it. Disgrace!
Dude, what's the point there? You can't do that to people. You can't have two faces. It doesn't work.
Heat and be like, watch me.
If you remain friends with Courtney...
I'm very lucky to have a good relationship with both my parents, who are very supportive. My dad is supportive, but born in a 1954 cishet dad way. Yeah, I get that. I think the only apologies I get is from my stepdad, because we get into yearly fights where we stop talking for like a month or two after. You should at least stop doing vocal runs. Why?
Courtney, I'm not going to sit here and fuss at you about it. It's ultimately your choice. There's stuff coming out about Courtney that I will just tell you right now I highly...
Oh yeah, especially when it comes to like political things. If they don't accept you as a person because of their politics, those are shitty politics, and you don't have to accept that at all. You don't have to put up with it. Oh my god. No! Lyle putting the entire fucking lyrics in chat. That's crazy.
I recommend you not do so.
We're singing, what is that? He is not one of us. From The Lion King 2. Yeah, not one of us. Dude, okay. There's gonna be a time where I make, on the new channel, I make a video about how much of a bitch Simba is. I fucking hate Simba. Not like us! Fuck!
So, but it's your choice. But I will say this. This entire time, I have been your friend. I have not thrown you under a bus. I have not given people license to go public with anything you have given me. I have not done any of that. What happened?
Yeah, that's true. Liar didn't give me the call.
From this point on, and I hate to put it this way, but I have to, whether we remain friends is going to be completely dependent on how you operate from this moment on. Because if you continue to double down, I can't. Because the entire reason I kicked FNGR to the curb was because he made false claims about somebody, Rachel.
No, I don't know that history. I guess it should, like...
You do, though.
I still have that in my head.
You do, because that's the entire reason you came
I know FNGR got...
Yeah,
I know he got yelled at, but I don't remember. Anyway.
You were in the stream where...
Sorry, I'm so checked out of this conversation because Rachel is just pivoting on everything. I set Malta off. When DMCA fire rains down, there needs to be that diss track from yourself, Beckett and Falgi. Oh. No, it's okay. It's okay. No, listen, they get it. They get it. I will never shame someone for knowing Lion King 2 shit. I love that movie. That movie was my childhood. Because I fucking hate Simba. Simba fucking exiled people to, like, hell. And it's implied that he did it to, like, children as well. And then he treats, like, people who grew up in, like, this fucking horrible, like, desolate land that he forced them to live in. Now he's like, we can't trust the children brought up in that environment. And it's like, they only are in that environment because of you! Oh my god. The Disney adult of the commentary community? No, for real. And, oh my god. Oh my god. Simba's just such a fucking bitch. Okay? He has to be force-fed accountability from a fucking Rafiki in the first movie. He's such a little bitch to Nala until the end. And then he treats his daughter like shit. And so that's when the Lion Guard came out and people were like, they made Simba too mean. Simba's not not supposed to be mean like this. He's supposed to be a hero. Why are they making him so mean? And I'm like, bro, oh my god, okay, tourist, Lion King tourist. Simba's always been a bitch. He literally was a spoiled little brat. Day one, turned into fucking, like, he had the, like, hippie of, like, oh, nothing matters, I don't give a fuck about my responsibilities, to, overbearing father. It's like Simba's always been a fucking asshole. Sorry. But it's like, he deserved. I don't care if his voice was fucking sexy when he was singing, you know, fucking Hakuna Matata. I don't give a fuck. He's a bitch. And he's an asshole. We don't talk about Simba.
Talk about it, Rachel. You're in the
I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about this.
stream where we talked about it.
Yeah, but I was like half paying attention. Was it like a pillow or something?
No, I know, I understand. It's just like growing up is learning that Simba's a little bitch. Simba's bitch made.
Yes, he accused somebody of having sexualized images of their child when it was just his child passed out on a weird body pillow, and he took a picture of it because he thought, haha, that's funny, my kid's a little weeb.
What the fuck, Anthony?
And he tried to claim that he was sexualizing his kid.
I'm sorry for
Either
the
way,
rant.
it's an incorrect, false claim, and I cut Anthony for it. I've cut Coyote for it too.
No, I mean, I guess I just have I need to wrap my head around, like, the idea of supporting someone but platforming them is two different things. I think that's where my disconnect is.
What are you talking about?
I know you're probably right, but like,
what are you talking about? Courtney is not someone that should be in your life. That is the point. And you saying, I'm not publicly... She's playing dumb. You saying, oh, I don't publicly associate with Courtney anymore. But I'm not, you know, I'm gonna privately associate with her despite everything, you know, she's done and all the signs that she's an actual terrible fucking person. None of that matters to me. And it shouldn't matter to you because I'm not publicly associated with her. Shut the fuck up.
I just need to process that a little bit more.
Okay, I'll put it to you this way.
Go ahead.
Riddle taking you in was, how do I put this, supporting you. But he didn't go out and make it public on all of his platforms. He didn't sit there and yell to the heavens that he's living with you. That's the difference. Privacy versus public. There are people in my circles that have had awful things happen to them, and I'm there for them. And I tell them I'm sorry that happened, and I do believe you. But you're not going to see me put it on my channel.
Yeah, true. You guys, I'm one of those people. And yeah, I'm not publicizing some of that stuff because it doesn't... Yeah, I don't need to publicize that. Truly going after Simba in the future, I shall not flame the shield from furries. Dumb fuckers be crazy.
That's how you support somebody without going out and making a show of it. Especially...
Hi, Republic of China. Welcome.
Especially something that damaging. I'm just going to say, you have to treat rape accusations like a loaded gun.
Yeah.
Do not aim it at anybody unless you're willing to destroy them. And you have to be dead certain about it. Because otherwise, sucker's gonna Looney Tune on you and shoot you instead. And that's what's happened to you.
No, I don't plan on doing anything like this.
I hope not.
Okay, but you're still doing it, motherfucker. You can say, I don't plan on forwarding rape accusations, but it's exactly what you're doing when you double down. You're not retracting them.
Yeah.
More importantly, I hope you just realize it.
Learning Simba sucked as an adult was like when you had to learn Hades was actually neutral and Hera was the real villain to Hercules.
You need to just be honest and apologize for this crap. You're gonna have to swallow your pride on it.
Was she about to say for a long time?
Doing anything like this.
I hope not, but
yeah.
More importantly,
She was about to say for a long time. Never. How about never again?
I hope you just realize it. You need to just be honest and apologize for this crap. You're gonna have to swallow your pride on it. You're gonna have to. Because if you don't, it's gonna get worse for you. Because I'm telling you right now, due to how you responded, and this is because I've been in these spaces, I know how they work. If you think the riddle DMs are where that ends, it is not. They're going to dig into everything they can find about you.
Oh yeah, that was something weird about the Hercules movie. Sorry, we're getting distracted. We only have 15 minutes left. But yeah, they totally did use like they mixed like whether they were using the Roman or the Greek names.
They're going to mock you and deride you for anything they can get their hands on. It will not stop with the riddle DMs being leaked. And that is just the truth of the matter here. That is a warning I can give you. So you need to decide real quick, on your own, what choices you are going to make and what you are going to do. And you're going to have to... You have to reassess at this point your entire life, Rachel.
Damn! Cooked her ass!
What I'm hearing is accurate. You've got to reassess everything. And hope that if you apologize and you walk everything back, with the exception... You want to keep saying that you think DA games are screwed up, fine. Whatever, right? Just don't be belligerent about it and make it a joke. But you have to walk back the Saber Spark stuff if you're going to survive.
Yeah, she really does. That's her only option. I should play Hades 2. I should play Hades 1. Also, I'm a fuck Dionysus. Honey, that's a man.
Period.
Okay, KP forwarded false rape accusations. Not false, sorry. Baseless. It's looking as though they're false. On someone else's behalf. Who provided no evidence, of course, that's why they're baseless. And she is having to be force-fed accountability, and she is gagging and throwing up and shitting and peeing and screaming and crying. She is not taking it. She is pivoting. She is running Lio around in a big circle, and eventually we're going to reach the starting point. And I think that's probably when Lio is going to cut things off. At least if this follows a typical narcissistic conflict route. A fellow Dionysus lover. Dude, he's fucking hot. Does everyone in here know what Dionysus looks like? Hold on. Absolutely. Every single day. Absolutely. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Can't be more positive. Fine as wine! Yes!
If your platform at all survives, you might just have to, at this point, realize I just need to get a traditional job and move on with my life in that direction. And hope that an employer doesn't look at your online activity.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. In trying to participate in life ruination, she has ruined her life. Overly sarcastic productions depiction of OSP Dionysus. I mean, that's more twinkish. This Dionysus, that's a man, honey. Yeah.
I have to tell you that. But if I'm not honest with you, I'm not your friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
damn.
That. And I hate that I have to tell you that. But if I'm not honest with you, I'm not your friend.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood. I thought he was saying that he's not her friend anymore. No, he was telling... he was just doing, like, the tough love thing. Boo! No, I'm just kidding.
Right. No, I get it. I think that's enough for now. Not that you were yelling at me, but I just need to process a little bit.
I get that, and I'll let you go, but one final thing.
Okay.
You've got to stop her lying.
Okay, so she backs off. She tries to run away. Okay, she runs off. Now let's see how things go afterwards. I already have a little bit of understanding of how this goes, but let's see it.
On the weed to get you through stressful things.
Oh my God.
I'll let you go, but one final thing. You've got to stop her lying.
Clock that stoner! Drag that bitch!
On the weed to get you through stressful things. Because I have a feeling you were high Monday night, weren't you?
Will she be
I don't
honest?
think so.
I don't think so. Wouldn't you fucking know? She was.
Oh, that entire sentence you typed to me did not sound at all like the type of statement somebody who wasn't was, but I'll take your word for it. Either way.
I don't think I was high. Yes? Sorry, Amiris Muin just said my name with a period. How do you not remember if you got high? I get high all the fucking time and I don't act like that. That's offensive to stoners who didn't do anything wrong.
Process it?
No, it's okay.
Hope you make...
Stoners are generally less problematic than alcoholics. But if you earned the title, you earned the title.
The right decision on this, for your sake, if for nothing else.
Yeah, I appreciate the advice.
Okay, I'll let you go. Good night.
Okay, bye.
I was hoping that this direct but kind call would highlight the issues and that she'd make the right decision. There's absolutely nothing wrong about believing someone on a matter like this and supporting them privately. Not at all. However, it became clear that the council was once again being ignored when we get back into the DMs the very next...
The council. I like how... I just love that that's how Lyra refers to himself. Stoned like a gravel road.
Next day. Good morning. Something I forgot to ask you last night. Are you privacy striking people's videos?
I did. I'm stopped, though.
I'm stopped.
Yeah, that wasn't a good move. I recommend apologizing for that. Also, I'm going to ask again, and please be aware that I'm not angry, but how much was Courtney involved with your responses? Because someone else has already revealed that she was deeply involved with them to another person. If you lied about that last night, whether it be out of fear or to protect her, I'm going to ask right now that you be honest with me on the level of her involvement.
What do you mean? Like, comment-wise?
Comment, helping with the scripting, guiding you, all of it.
Okay, he's catching her in something.
She's been helping me on a friend level. She hasn't been manipulating me or anything. Like, support.
KP, with all due respect, you genuinely have a hard time telling when you're being manipulated.
Oh my God, damn. That I'm stopped. I'm stopped, happy face. Lyra's an amazing friend, but sometimes I think he should do his best Danny Phantom impression and go ghost on these bitches. Walk through walls, disappear, fly. Box ghost over there is not needed.
Has she been helping you with what to say in your responses?
She's been giving me feedback on my speaking because of how nervous I am. Look, I have something I had written up after thinking last night. Let me send that.
Okay.
Hey, I've been thinking a lot about our conversation last night. There were some things I didn't bring up, partly because I didn't have the energy, and partly because the focus was more on you and how you were feeling. Just so you know where I'm at, I haven't decided to do anything one way or another. I just need to chill and take some space for now. But I also think you've become a little...
Stupid. How is this not obvious to her? She's a fucking idiot. Well, no, it's pride and ego related. She has to uphold her pride, so she's really hesitating. And it's a really hard decision to take accountability.
A little normalized some of the behavior happening around all of this, and that it's making it hard for you to see how damaging it actually is. For example...
What?
Come know where I'm at.
Okay, the words are on the screen. I'm going to turn captions off.
I haven't decided to do anything one way or another. I just need to chill and take some space for now. But I also think you've become a little normalized some of the behavior happening around all of this, and that it's making it hard for you to see how damaging it actually is.
Of course. You just don't understand me because something's wrong with you. That's deflect. That's deflect and attack.
For example, with the riddle leaks. Yes, he was venting, but he was also giving my medical information to someone he knew was untrustworthy and had been doing for a long time.
Oh my God. And had been for... Oh my God. Okay. Counterpoint. KP, is that not what you literally did with Emmy? In fact, what you did with Emmy was worse because you forwarded it all publicly. He was just trying to say stuff privately. You took testimony from someone who is untrustworthy with no proof and forwarded it publicly. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh my God. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's okay, that sentence doesn't make sense. And had been doing so for a long time. This wasn't...
Okay, sorry, Beefame, but you added in words that were not there.
A one-off mistake or a moment of frustration. It was deliberate. And if this happened in December, I wasn't even living with him anymore. So yeah, there was definitely some malicious intent there. You're giving him a...
Oh my God. Okay. Point the finger. She's pointing the finger at... Oh no, my YouTube studio crashed. Hold on. I gotta bring the chat back up. There we go. Lord of the Corn. Yeah, it's everyone else's fault all the time.
a huge benefit of the doubt without looking at what he did objectively, and that really concerns me. As for the Beckett situation, I know you might not believe this, but I trust her. She and I talk almost every
Oh my god.
day, and she has absolutely no reason to lie to me. She got off her call with Beckett and immediately told me what had happened.
Do not do that, Malta, you slut.
Based on that, I think there's a lot more going on here than you're giving credit for. Beckett's been breaking social boundaries and engaging in behavior that borders on sexual harassment.
Oh my god. Are you fucking serious? Calling you a whore is not sexual harassment. What is the furry slur? Stop emulating Malcolm in my chat. I believe my friend over proof. Yeah, okay. Fucking okay, Spoctor.
I think she's been far more manipulative than you're
furball
realizing. I assume that's what you mean by a friend of a friend? Regarding the privacy harassment. I think she's been far more manipulative than you're realizing. I assume that's what you mean by a friend of a friend?
Yeah, she thinks she can't prove anything.
Regarding the privacy strikes, this isn't about censoring criticism, but protecting my personal information and privacy at this point. Privacy.
What privacy?
Is also in question when people are discussing private relationships with friends. I've reached my limit. Also, just so you are aware,
oh my God.
I've been really overwhelmed, according to her, so she's laying low right now. But maybe down the line I can help set up a conversation between you two, because I think hearing her directly would give you a better picture of what's been happening.
Okay, what's really been happening? This is what's really been happening. You know, the evidence and stuff, that's not what's been happening. My friend's testimony, that's what's really been happening. Fuck you. Like, God, I fucking hate this.
So, yeah, I still need space. I'm not angry, but I'm hurt. This isn't just about optics or videos. It's about trust, boundaries, and the fact that decisions were made about me instead of with me. I value our friendship and I don't want to lose it, but right now, I need some distance until things feel safe again. I'll keep your opinions about what to do in mind, and I think I'll...
What is this?
But right now, I need some distance until things feel safe again. I'll keep your opinions about what to do in mind.
Okay, fuck off, yes. Lyle, run.
And I think I'll spend more time listening to what the frustrations are before I make any decisions. I appreciate you bringing this stuff to me.
I'm the hurt one, exactly. There's the Vo. There's the Vo. Or the Ervo. There's the Ervo.
But based on what I brought up here, I do think your perception is a little skewed. Going forward, I prefer to stick to text instead of calls.
Yep, that's deflect. That's deflect. An attack. She's attacking him by saying, you're skewed. Your perception is skewed. I know I'm literally only going off of testimony, but you're the skewed one. I don't care if you have evidence. It's all skewed. It's all skewed. Don't trust it. Don't trust me.
Process things better.
Because I'm the one being hurt here.
That way, and can articulate myself more clearly in writing. Given your grammar, honey, I don't think you do. Oh, and I know you're concerned about my health in this, but yesterday was actually a pretty decent day, and I'm naturally...
Oh. Okay. The furfa.
Not been using as much weed in the last 1 to 2 weeks or so. This whole time, I've been working on something unrelated to YouTube that I'm just about to finish, so I'm trying to find some productivity in all this and deal with it in a healthy way. I'm going to throw myself in that for a bit while I process things a bit more and talk to my therapist about all of this.
Alright, so a couple...
You know that therapist just keeping her around for a check. And I don't blame him. Trust fund kid coming to me, whining about how hard her fucking narcissistic life is. Just swipe the card, bitch. Just swipe the card.
Things. Riddle's DMs were not dated from December. It was like June or July. So it wasn't during that time period. So I don't know where you're getting December from, to be clear, because I have seen those DMs.
Yeah, okay. So he calls her out on a mistruth or a mistake.
Privacy strikes do not protect your privacy at all. It doesn't even make anything come off the video. And on top of that, once it's out, you can't put the cat back in the bag. Now I'm going to get real blunt here for you. And I know you prefer text. Right now I'm sending a voice message because I can't send text. Is the one who told Beckett that Courtney has their hand in everything here and that they are the main force pushing you. And that their
Damn. Okay, so... Okay.
involvement in this is heavy. So if you trust, you can. But I'm telling you right now, you may want to reconsider that. As far as your other concerns, I hate to tell you this, but I'm being a little bit more objective than you are. You're putting all the onus on your feelings, which I can understand to a point, instead of the impact of your actions. If you need to take a break before you need to figure out what to do, that's fine. That makes sense. Just be aware that you can't censor these things on how you feel. You have to censor them on what is and what you've done to other people, essentially.
He was having to tell this to Heaton too, and Heaton listened about just as much.
Now, as far as Beckett's behavior, I don't know what you're referring to on the sexual harassment direction. If you do feel like he is sexually harassing you, I would encourage you to file a police report. Because if it's sexual harassment, it's against the law. So feel free to do that.
Yeah, you stupid. Why is she... Oh, bruh.
It was genuinely an accident. It's also why he removed it.
Why is she always forwarding sexual maltreatment, fur fart. Why is she always forwarding sexual maltreatment allegations when she does not have a basis to do so?
So, let me know what you decide once you take your break, once you figure out what you're going to do, and we'll go from there.
Hey, Lio, I listened to what you said, and I appreciate that you're trying to keep perspective, but I need to clarify a few things. I understand that objectivity matters, but framing what I've been through as feelings instead of a larger pattern of what's happened misses some important context. I've owned my role in how things unfolded, but that's—
No, you haven't, you stupid idiot. You've said it's actually your fault because you didn't explain to me why I shouldn't forward baseless rape accusations good enough, so it's actually your fault.
That doesn't mean other people's actions haven't crossed serious lines. You seem to be minimizing that, whether you mean to or not.
Oh my god. Minimizing therapy speak. We're back to therapy speak.
Someone leaks private conversations, discusses my medical information, or publicly harasses me, that's not just gossip or impact. It's a violation of privacy and boundaries.
If he was taking care of you, and if any of what he was saying is true, I don't care. If you are an actual fucking biohazard in that house and he wants to tell someone to let off some steam in private, I don't care.
I need you to recognize that this isn't just about emotion or perception. There are real consequences. I also need to be honest that your decision to involve Beckett without clear communication left me feeling unprotected. I wish that had been discussed.
Yeah, it's your fault. You should feel bad for involving me and Beckett because he didn't take my side, and it's your fault that he didn't take my side because Beckett's actually bad and you didn't see that.
More transparently. I understand your point about the legal side, but I also need to clarify something important. From my understanding, in streams, Beckett repeatedly speculates about my sex life and calls me things like whore or spinster publicly. That is sexual harassment.
That's... girl. Okay. We're not gonna argue.
Whether or not
lack of accountability and deflection.
This is a prosecutable crime doesn't change the fact that it's a violation of dignity and safety.
How does that violate your safety? How does mean words on the internet violate your safety? From random people who don't know anything about your personal, oh my god. Okay, I'll read it out. Should I read it out after? Oh, okay, I should read it during the stream and give my thoughts. Okay.
Framing it as something I can just file a police report over minimizes what's actually happening here. This isn't a misunderstanding. It's targeted harassment. I'm not—
Oh my god. Oh my god. KP, what dignity? What dignity do you have left? I'm serious.
Asking you to take sides, but I do want space to process this in my own time, and to have my boundaries respected in that process. I'll keep your feedback in mind, but please understand that objectivity can't come at the expense of empathy or safety.
What is she even saying?
I'll keep your feedback in mind, but please understand that objectivity can't come at the expense of empathy or safety.
She's defining it as intruding on her safety when it literally just isn't. And also, dear fucking God, this is a Bible of a message. This isn't this is manipulation through definition. She is defining it as a threat to her safety. So therefore, if you say, hey, you need to be objective and you need to listen to the data and the actual stuff that he's saying about your things, then she says, oh, well, I can't just ignore my safety being put in fucking, in jeopardy. You want me to put my safety in jeopardy. That is what she's doing. Another narcissistic tactic. Manipulation through word definition. Manipulating the definition.
Made a statement basically saying I needed more time with things on my community tab, just so you are aware. But I think this is a good stopping place for now. I just spoke to just now, and she denied stating anything about Courtney's involvement. Though she did say Beckett asked about it, she gave a no comment, and reminded me that she indeed was asked about that the other night.
Okay, stupid. That's a fucking admittance. Are you dumb? You just outed your friend.
She implied to even people thinking about that is stretching things a bit. Though I will state I trust her 1000% and believe everything she says. So take that as you may. She is also not a public figure, so she has absolutely nothing to gain by lying. She's afraid of being again. That's the last step.
Excuse me?
I'll say today.
She sent me a final message while I was at work and unfriended me. I'm only going to have the tail end of that read out, as it's the most important part.
P.S. I would warn your little friends that I have sent, as in already pending, DMCA takedowns for anything, both videos and streams, using private or leaked information. Commentary is within their right, but anything more is a violation of my privacy, boundaries, and threatens my safety. I think we both know that going—
No, it doesn't. You're being a white woman.
to the police when someone is sexually harassing you on the internet is a moot point. You have my consent to warn others.
You have, if you seriously believe that that's what he's doing, though, you have grounds. Because this is what he was trying to tell her about Emu Emmy. He was saying at least if she did that, it would show that she believes it. But KP is not willing to do anything about it. She just wants to manipulate other people to be on her side instead of the person that's criticizing her and is being a fucking asshole about it. Which, I don't care if someone's an asshole. You know, sometimes you deserve it. And she's not listening. She's not listening at the... Oh my god. This is so exhausting.
P.S. I have not outed Barbie/Maggie as the leaker of the earlier V2 script out of pure kindness, but I am getting increasingly aggravated by who Beckett has been sending to prod for info, seemingly without your full knowledge. I might disclose this in the future while keeping her information private, based on escalating concerns, privacy, and...
Well, that's not going to work out for you anymore.
Now that I have documentation she was lying about her associations with Beckett this whole time, you have my permission to warn the potential affected parties.
So now she's going around copyright striking people critical of her, something she, honestly, doesn't have the legal right to do. I've said this on Twitter, but if she was just striking raw re-uploads of her original video, I'd defend that. It's within her legal right, and I've done that to people who have done it with my content as well. The problem is she's not doing that. This is malicious, and other things that have been shared with me behind the scenes also calls into question whether...
It's also like a surefire way to immediately ruin your reputation forever. Like, no coming back. Ever.
Not any of this was about children's safety as well. Like accusing aficionado Chris of a sex crime by rewriting history after she previously and repeatedly acknowledged that the story he made was made up and a joke. At most, it could be considered sexual harassment there. Putting the focus on Chris again proves to everyone that this is never about children being hurt. You can't do that.
Exactly. She doesn't give a fuck.
This is an absolute dumpster fire, but one she lit herself. At this point, there's no way her channel can recover from this, but it's the path she chose. That brings me to this Twitter screen cap that
Oh, what the fuck?
she posted to hype up her video. Firstly, if you see the biblical story of the Exodus as exposing something, then you're probably too social media brained. It wasn't exposing. It was judgment. Against the tyranny of Pharaoh and against the Egyptian gods.
Okay, I don't care. Listen. All the love in the world to Lio. That is my friend. I am depressed.
Judgment carried out by the Hebrew god Yahweh. The interesting thing here is that in this, KP is dressed up as Moses. The weird thing is, the entire scenario does have some biblical parallels. It's just that KP isn't Moses. She's Pharaoh.
She's Pharaoh.
She was visited multiple times by people telling her to do the right thing, and every time she didn't, disaster
Bro, she's fucking Scrooge.
struck. At this point, we're at the final plague, where the closest thing to a firstborn son to her currently, her YouTube channel and desired career in animation, has now died. She can't blame Moses, nor the god he serves. Not honestly. She can only blame herself. I don't know what's going to happen from this point on. I tried to be KP's friend, and I tried to stop her, but it's clear she's just going to continue on this destructive path. Whether from pride or sunk cost fallacy, who knows? But I refuse to stay quiet about this any further and just hope she wakes up. So hopefully this is the wake-up call she needs. It's possible KP may strike this video as well due to the screen caps, regardless of the fact that she doesn't have a copyright on them. If she does, I'll be real, it's not going to end well for her.
Dumbass.
I'm already pissed off enough, KP. You need to release every single false strike you put out, today. I'm tired. I'm tired of dealing with adults in general that act like idiots, but it's even worse when it's a friend. And worser still that it's something this destructive. But she made her bed.
No, I know, Lio. I listened. I understood. Let's appreciate the artwork. If KP is Moses, who's Noah? Or if we're going to the New Testament, who's Jesus?
Bed. And she's got to lay in it. Gonna sign off for now. Take care.
Thank you, Lio, for this horrible call. Okay, I'm gonna pull up, not on stream, but I'm gonna pull up the final message. And react to parts of it without letting it slip like the specific contents. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, there's the deflection. There's the attack. Yep. And the reversal. There's the Ervo. Oh my god. Sorry. The last sentence here. Thomas, can I read out the last sentence of the first screenshot you sent? It's really funny. It has the same... It's so dissonant. Oh my god. Okay. The last sentence in the first screenshot says, "It's painful to watch you deny how much seems objective from my point of view." What the fuck? If it's objective, it doesn't matter if it's your point of view or not, you stupid. Seems objective. It says if it's objective, it doesn't seem anything. It just is. Oh my god. Blah blah blah. Oh my god. Grow up. Yup, there it is again. This is all your fault, Lio. What the fuck are you talking? Oh my god, is she actually running with that narrative, Lio? Lio, Thomas, I'm gonna DM you. I need to know if she's running with this narrative. Aggressive typing. I'm so sorry, you guys. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, yes, that would make you a fucking idiot. You dumb bitch. You stupid. There's a fucking narc. She's a talking narc, and she's talking to me. Okay, I was wrong about what I was curious about, but... No, that's not how this works. We just tried that. Oh my god. Okay. There's the Ervo again. There's no way. There's no way she's saying this. She's not this oblivious. I'm so sorry. I wish I could show you guys what I'm reading. But, like, just know, she is coming after Lio and, like, assuming that he is doing things that we have so much proof that she has been doing. Because she's delusional. What the fuck is going on? Oh my god. God forbid Lio ask for verification on something. Sorry, I don't know if that was too specific. asking for verification is now morally dubious. Goodbye, KP. May you never have peace in your life again. I hex thee to a life of discomfort. I hex KP to a life of nothing but monotonous, unbearable discomfort. And that's where we're going to end the stream. Because that was agonizing. Oh wait, we need cats to show. We need to show cats. Or dogs or whatever. Hold on. We got some pups to show. Look at this puppy. Puppies are so wrinkly. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this up. Well, let me just... We have puppies. We have baby rolls. Aww, wait, this one's really cute. The little face. He looks like an old man already. They're so wrinkly. And then we have a kitty. Look at this beautiful kitty. Is this a calico? This looks like a calico. I'm going to assume that this is a calico. A baby sweetheart. Bebito. Oh, Molded Man. Oh, I'm so sorry, Molded Man. If you want, in like an hour and a half, I'm gonna be streaming Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I'm gonna be streaming FNAF 2. And just, dude, to anyone who is curious, guys, I beat Night 6 and I have evidence. Yeah, I beat the first one. I beat it yesterday on stream. It'll be on Is Zach gonna be there? Yes, Zach is gonna be there. I will show it on the stream. Don't worry, don't worry. Also, this is Baby Beans. I'm going to see the FNAF 2 movie when it comes out. Yeah, it'll be here on YouTube. It'll be in about an hour to an hour and a half. I have to go eat because it is 3:30 and I have not eaten today. I have not eaten today, you guys, so I'm gonna go eat, and then we will get to streaming FNAF 2. Oh, I need to take it off. Yeah, I need to take off the Lisa jump scare dono. Okay, y'all are telling me to go eat. Thank you to everyone for popping in. Bye, everyone.